Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. All right, you guys.
Good evening.
Welcome to the DM and Friends. And I am DM Angelo, and I have two guests tonight. Man, where's the little there we go. There we go. So we have Agile Monk and we have Michael with us tonight. And yeah, welcome to the Thursday night discussion, D&D, role-playing, old school, OSR, all the above discussion that we've been having on Thursday nights. And yeah, we're just gonna talk about a bunch of stuff. Definitely talk about some of the new things that Agile is doing, Agile and Michael are doing together. And
I think Brass Monkey's comments funny. Hope we talk about anything but who owes who an apology.
Yeah. I did a video on it literally the day after the announcement, and there was so much, when you start, I understand the whole thing about Wizards, and I don't want to get it totally into it, but I wish everybody good luck on that. Wizards lost me a long time ago, so. But for the gentlemen and the ladies that are working on it, I really wish you guys the best. But yeah, we're gonna talk about some cool stuff. I wanted to start out, guys, with something. Chris, I don't know, Chris might be joining tonight too. By the way, he made an intro to, and this is kind of from our campaign or whatever. So those of you guys that are running, or in the game Wednesday will catch on some of this, but listen to this thing.
Oh yeah, that's so cool.
So we're gonna play. I'm gonna intro this with. I like the ending of it. And then here's the end. Boom. Anyways, you guys, welcome to the DM and Friends. I see a lot of people jumping on. And tonight we do have Agile.
We have a special guest. Angelo, guess what? We have a special guest who just showed up in the chat. You'll see someone that says "Mead Humble" there. That is the famous
Mead. Hello.
She is actually our well-renowned TTRPG copy editor, line editor, development editor, the whole thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's a full-time TTRPG editor out there, and she's part of our team. And well, she's the one who keeps us all in line. She's the tough one.
Wow, that's really cool, man. That is super cool. Welcome, Mead Humble 3875. Welcome to the channel. And yeah, we are the DM and Friends, and I got these two cool guys here with me tonight. Thanks for joining. And let me just run through the list of who's jumped on. Freezer's here. Good to see you. Hey sup H8P. Welcome. I've never seen you before, but I am so glad you're here. Agile Monk is obviously chatting. Brass Monkey's here. Advanced Fantasy Games is here. By the way, your advanced your module did arrive. So I'll be.
Nice.
Yeah. Look at this guy. It's pretty. Man, there's a little glare there, but.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll open this up a little later tonight, but I'm going to have him on, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to review his module. I'm almost done reading it, but really, really awesome. Swords and Stones, good to see you. Lil CWA, you're here. Dr. Phobos, good to see you. Who else do we got? And then we'll get to you guys. Oh, Stephen Clements is here. Good to see you, man. And IKSCER. What's
Elixir.
up, y'all? What's up, dude?
Elixir, that's one of our artists.
That's awesome. She's on our team.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's super cool. Well, you guys, again, welcome to the show. Agile, you've been here all along, and I'm first time I'm meeting you, Michael, but Agile, it's really cool to have you on the show. I know you were on Tankar last week talking about some stuff, and we'll probably get into a lot of that today, but you know, on on last week's show, you reached out and we were kind of talking, and I'm like, dude, why don't you come on the show? And yeah, and so I was driving to LA this weekend, and you and we talked on the phone, and we had a really awesome.
Oh, it was a phenomenal talk. Yeah,
conversation, man. I really, hey,
it was
for my
it was
16
a
hours
deep talk.
It was.
It was a deep
and
talk,
we won't give
yeah.
up a lot of stuff here, but I will say it was a great talk, and you helped me occupy an hour of my 16-hour drive, and it was really cool to kind of connect with you and get to know you, and wow, just really good stuff, man. I'm really glad to have. I'm glad to have been there on that conversation. So thank you for that. FCW Games, welcome. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the chat. By the way, guys, in the chat, if you have any questions for these gentlemen or myself, please ask, and I will do my best to get to you. Stop and see. Sometimes I miss a lot of the comments, but yeah, you know what you can do if you're commenting and I don't get to it. Grab me through the screen and shake me and get my attention. Yeah. So, and scrolling on the bottom, this is the first time I'm doing, well, I think the second time, but those of you guys that are members of the channel, I'm doing a little shout out for you guys, and I appreciate it. Along with the subscribing, those of you guys that are here for the first time, please come and subscribe to this channel if you like this kind of content, old school AD&D content. If you choose to become a member for the amount that it is, we'll do a little shout out on the little scroll on the bottom. By the way, and I want to say this while everybody's on, next Monday is the lottery drawing, whatever, for the old school module I'm going to do next Monday. I'm doing once a month, and it's going to be next Monday, and we'll also have the gentleman from Dread Maps here. So it's going to be a fun month. So he's the guy that does the cloth maps.
Exactly. Yeah, that stuff's so nice.
They're really cool. I'm getting one from him for my game at EggCon, and I'm looking really forward to that. So Mark the Shark,
classic hexagon map.
What is this thing they created? Design Freezer question. Great way to get to Agile and Michael. So how are you guys, by the way?
Fantastic. How about you, man?
Yeah. Agile, how you feeling today? Doing good?
Oh yeah, just I'm hanging in there, living the dream, or as I like to say, I'm living someone else's dream, but it's currently my nightmare. But I'm living it.
And by the way, Agile's not going to be on video tonight because, just so you know, he's really not human. He is.
What does that make me?
Yeah.
Am I like 3/4 human or half human? Like, what's the deal?
Son of an alien. Yeah.
And I just wanted to point out the hat I'm wearing tonight, which is I don't know if it's this side or this side. Let me see. This side, yeah. So this hat is in honor of, those of you guys can see,
PTSD
awareness. And the front of the hat says, "My demons know that I fight back." So any of you guys that are out there struggling or ever witnessed or have friends with PTSD, get on the phone, give them a call, support each other, guys. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
Michael, what you want, Michael, you want to take a stab at answering Freezer's question?
Sure. Why not? So it's Agile Monks, Wondrous and Dangerous Consortiums. And then it is the Zendria World Book and Lord Guide. So it is a Kickstarter featuring 2 separate books. It is 2 products that go hand in hand, but can also be used separately. Both are system generic, meaning they support any system, and the additional add-on adventures are also supporting of many systems individually. But the main books are written with no particular system in mind. Instead, they are world building, narrative and writing tools and instructions to help you put together what we are calling consortiums, which is just a really fancy word for an organization or institution. But we kind of thought if we called the book orgs, someone might think this is a slide deck for executives and might not buy the product. So, you got to make the marketing decision somewhere along the way. So we thought consortium sounded a little bit better on the old school sound. What we have done is, go ahead,
Michael.
please.
Do you guys want me to play the video, or do you want to?
Yeah, please. Let's do the introduction.
What would be better?
No, let's do the video.
Play the little video so people can at least get a couple minutes of that, and it'll probably give them something to imagine as we get started.
Yeah. So Agile and Michael sent me this video. It's a kind of a promo video for what he's talking about. I think that would really set the pace for us to kind of see what you got. Whoops, I don't want to share my screen. What I'd like to do is I would like to do a video, select the video, recordings, upload video. Oh, this might take a minute. Go ahead and keep talking, Michael.
I'll say something. What I will add on is, while we're here, especially because you mentioned PTSD, Fantasy Companion Workshops, that's our company. It's a veteran-owned business. It's made up of veterans. Michael, who's my son, he's a disabled veteran. I'm an injured veteran myself. We have another veteran. So we're a veterans-owned business where we make everything in the U.S. We print everything in the U.S. We work, all of our companies we partner with, like Trollord Games and Wizardtar Games, are all veteran-based companies by veterans. So what we do is we just focus on, whole kind of our center of influence on what we can make here and trying to do it to help people. But we also do a lot to support teen clubs and veterans and a lot of what's now, for those who don't know, but within the Veterans Administration over the last 5 or 6 years, D&D and TTRPGs have been accepted throughout 6 large VA medical centers for therapy for PTSD and other issues. And so what they have is they have these therapists who use the game, and then ideally they use what they call therapeutic GMs, which you can go to school for, which I've done and gotten certification on. So you can be a therapeutic GM where basically you run the game working with the therapist who handles that part, but you help create the story, bring it together, and make it go for the veterans. Oh, hey, Glenn, Finney, how you doing, brother? So,
welcome, Glenn.
We're really big into that, and with our partner Trollord Games, who does Castle Crusades, we do quite a bit to support veterans all across the U.S.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we talked on our conversation we had on Saturday. We talked quite a bit about that because that's dear to my heart too. You know, the whole PTSD thing and veterans. I come from a huge family of, like a lot of us, that stuff. But that's really great that you're doing that, and it's a focus for you. And I know it's a passion. I won't steal your sharing. Whatever you want to call it, your the praise that I want to give you on it. I don't want to do too much of that, but I really think it's awesome that what you guys are doing. So it's and let me see right here. God, the comments are going crazy. Dr. Phobos is also read this comment. Veterans Rock.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Webstar Enterprises
awesome.
Is in Utah. Veteran owned and operated. Yeah, he Dr. Phobos is one of the guys in our gaming group, and he's you're a veteran. Yes, thank you for your guys' service. Seriously,
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so Glenn, you're right. The VAMCs are stepping up, and like I said, we've got stuff down in Texas. We've got stuff up in Michigan. We've got, like I said, and they're actually getting bigger and bigger. But what's interesting for those who want to know more about it, you can always email agilemonk@icloud.com, and because I can actually refer you to a bunch of articles and a bunch of stories and references to where they're using it for those who are interested in where the D&D and TTRPG is being used as therapy in the VA.
Yeah. Let me get this video up here. We could probably talk about that scene. I know I can, and I'm holding back.
Well, do you want to? So if you want to show the video, but otherwise, Freezer is like on his game tonight because he's over there. He just asked a perfect question that we'll go right into. So maybe let's go with the video. We'll go to his
get the video up, and that'll answer the question.
Yeah, because we'll be able to hold off that because we have a whole lot more than what you said there. But I think you're going to like it, Freezer.
Yeah, this is going to take a second to get this uploaded, I think.
The short answer is Freezer, yes, and more. So one of the books is entirely dedicated to teaching the concept, just coming in at just shy of 200 pages. We are looking at essentially a toolkit and structured class on elements of world building, narrative, and how to create plot devices for TTRPGs and keep player engagement, and also make your world more memorable. So it also supports novel writing and other story writing outside of TTRPGs. But we do focus with we have a TTRPG focus in it. All right, thank you, Glenn. I agree. I think that map is awesome. Glenn. Yeah,
and by the way,
the hex map is amazing.
The world book itself, not only does it give you a whole world to operate in that's integrated with all the consortiums and the adventures that we're going to be offering and giving away, but the world book also has detailed. I'm not just a couple pages. I'm talking detailed chapters on how to run West marches all the way back to how we did it in the 70s when I started, because I started in 74 with AD&D, chainmail, and outdoor survival, and then it goes all the way into how to run sandboxes and how to deal with point crawls, hex crawls, all the different variations. And so instead of just talking about it, it actually tells you what they're for, the importance of them. We teach Agile monks shoots and ladder variation and hierarchy of things in there, and how to structure what's an adventure versus a quest versus a campaign versus so on and on. So it's a like I said, it teaches, it lets you play, and it lets you build, and it lets you pull in. Yes, that's the Zendria book, Glenn. So yeah, that's correct. Michael, you want to finish up that? I just couldn't help but jump in.
Well, how long have you guys had your company? When did you guys start this? Give me a little background on that while this is loading.
I'll answer that. We used to be, so we had two companies. We were originally the Agile monks, okay, and that's where Michael is part of it. Dave, one of the other people, and we did a lot of technology. We did a lot of consulting stuff like that. We did work, but we did a lot of cool tech stuff. But what happened is Michael's built, he's done stuff with Iron Crown, I've done stuff, but when we decided we've been working on stuff we wanted to take to market, but then an interesting thing happened, and that is, as a veteran with some injuries, I went in to get stuff taken back out of my head. Tumors were growing back from my chemical exposure. And when I had that surgery, a mistake was made in recovery with by the anesthesiologist, in which case they caused me respiratory and then ultimately cardiac arrest. So I died in that hospital, was brought back once, then sent to another hospital, died again, was brought back a second time. And miraculously, they broke all of my ribs and they broke my sternum in two places, damaged my spine, worse than it already was from jumping out of helicopters and airplanes. But in doing that, the mortality, the realization of, imagine going from that near-death experience twice, and what I saw there, and then being old in the hobby, I said, we need to push on this sooner. So we set up the company, Fantasy Companion Workshops, because it's been set up to be a legacy for my son and Eli and my best friend Dave. So with that said, that's kind of the purpose of it. So we started building, and we've spent the last 2.5 years just creating this product, because we took the standpoint of, we weren't out there marketing, we're not doing anything. We decided we were going to build the product, finish the product, and then start talking about it. So so that's kind of the approach we took. And yeah, Glenn, I am. Matter of fact, this April will be 52 years playing in the hobby and 50 years refereeing, judging, game mastering, and dungeon mastering for me. So yes.
Wow. Yeah, I don't want to keep going back to this because there's so much that we talked about on it. But man, I was amazed at some of the stuff that you've been involved with and you've done and just your life, man. I want to sit down with you and do a one-on-one interview at one point. But yeah. Well, the video is ready to load if you guys want to check it out.
Please,
Let's go for it.
Man, we're gonna God the I gotta go to the comments here. So Sebastian Expander, welcome. Blair Blur, welcome. Blair Blur was born in 1980. Well, I started playing D&D in 1981. By the way, yeah, Agile, you were old if you started playing that. So, Glenn, again, thank you for jumping on. Yeah, you guys also, as I load this video up, be sure hit the like button in the video and thanks for your comments. And yeah, if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel. We do this every week and it's a lot of fun. And here's your video. Let's go into it. Do you want to do a little intro before I play it?
No, just go ahead and throw it out there.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Introducing Wondrous and Dangerous Consortiums and the Zendria World Setting and Lore Guide. What is Zendria? Zendria is a world of conflict, and Zendria is a world of peace, a place of magic, of progress, and of loss. Delve deep into the lore and uncover the secrets that lie beneath. Zendria is a place where good meets evil. In this living world where old and new fantasy collide, the right choice isn't always clear. How will your choices change the landscape? Turn the page and tell your story. It's your world now. The Zendria World Setting and Lore Guide, supporting West Marches and Sandbox games. Wondrous and Dangerous Consortiums. Consortiums are the lifeblood of any thriving world, serving as the beating heart of societies shaped by vision and necessity. The ultimate toolkit for serious storytellers and game masters. Coalitions, cults, factions, guilds, mercenary companies, orders, and secret societies. Discover how to create consortiums that are not just background props in your stories, but central figures. Say goodbye to bland NPCs. Create unforgettable experiences beyond the table. Engage your players deeply with narrative-rich adventures that allow them to explore the intricate workings of the consortiums and their impact on your world. Ready to play adventures for each consortium, complete with battle maps, character art, intriguing NPCs, mysteries and puzzles, immersive scene descriptions, dark secrets, and moral dilemmas. Unlock the secrets to living worlds and continuous conflict with Wondrous and Dangerous Consortiums and the Zendria World Setting and Lore Guide.
Man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's a lot of great work from Elixir there, who helped put that together in addition to a lot of the art.
And this is and so somebody I'm trying to keep up with the comments here. Somebody's asking, is this a Kickstarter, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, those of you guys that are, oh man, it's not a very good. Here is the QR code to the whoops. Here's the QR code to the Kickstarter up in the corner over here. I'll get a better one a little later, but that'll take you to it, and I'll throw the link in the. I'll also throw the link in here. Let me see if I can do that.
Take a photo of me, but I don't think it's going to get you to the page.
What's that?
I said they can take a photo of me, but I don't think it's going to get them to the page.
yeah, that won't take you to the page. Oh man, yeah. I'm a little. To be honest with you, I'm a little out of it today. I didn't sleep last night. I was on shift last night, so
that's the life.
Yeah. So pardon me if I'm fumbling a little bit, guys. But
no worries.
anyways, Yeah, so that looks really cool. Somebody scanned the code. All right, thank you whoever
Hey,
scanned
sweet.
it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Let me get a better link here. Yeah, so talk a little bit about about what kind of went
Do you want to
behind
go
this
to the link and I'll talk through as we go through the Kickstarter pre-launch story?
Yeah.
Do you want to bring it up on the screen?
Which one did you want? Which one?
The Kickstarter page.
The
Yeah,
pre-launch
okay, I
page.
can do that.
pre-launch
Yeah,
page,
let's do that.
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah.
We'll just go through it.
Yeah, call it
It'll be nice
pre-launch
to have
'cause
the
it's-
visuals.
Yeah, pre-launch
Okay.
is the test pre-launch page for sign. It's not the actual. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got about half the story, or a third.
Okay, I got this one right here.
All right. Oh, okay. Let's see. Image. Oh, yeah, that's the thumbnail image of the two books. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those are the two books. There were the pre-launch.
If you want to
link
grab
that
the
you
link that's
pasted.
in the chat, and I'll just start talking through it. So again, as we stated at the beginning, but we'll kind of restate, we are launching a Kickstarter. We're looking to launch May 12th due to some timing things related to other conventions and other releases. And Agile can speak more to that here in a bit. But we wrote 2 books, and we wanted to be ahead when we came to market on the Kickstarter. So you asked a little bit ago, how long you've been doing this? Well, we've been doing the research for years for our own works, our own documents, and our own things, and our own efforts, and our own games. But we've spent the last 2 years putting these books together and getting the art and working with people such as Meet Humble, editor in Awesome, helping us out and mostly, saving me from being way too tired while typing sometimes. And in each book, we are offering kind of like different views on, not like as in different opinions, but a different way to tackle how do you bring elements of your world to life such that they don't feel flat or ham-fisted, just quest vendors. Instead, you have NPCs and you have groups, organizations, consortiums that the players can come back to and revisit and feel like there's an impact on the world.
Got it.
Have you?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna share I'll share the screen, and if you want to walk through the actual.
Sure. Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Please.
All right. Let me see what we got here. From there we go. There we go. There we
I kind of
go.
think so too, Glenn, and a lot of that might have to do with just other timing of other aspects of the year, such as conventions and whatnot. So yeah, scroll on down through that. The pre-launch page.
Great art right there too. I like that art you guys.
Oh, you're gonna love.
You're gonna love
the art.
You're gonna love this.
And I want to say one thing, Michael, real quick, because you did say something earlier, Angelo, about we talked about this is while the system is system agnostic. Please understand though, you can't be in this hobby. I mean, like Michael got pushed into the hobby at a young age. I had him rolling dice and playing with miniatures at 3 years old. And so he's been in the hobby a long time. He's almost 40 now and created we took a lot of what we believed that made the hobby great from all the years we've been involved, and so sort of this OSR/NSR concepts, which we talk about in here, and we brought it to life. So when you look at some of our artwork, it's going to have a lot of inspiration from that too, and with our professional artists and the way we approached it to give it this look and feel that makes it more memorable and more, we hope, truly inspirational for you as a GM or player, what have you. So, but the exciting thing that we haven't got into, but I want to just throw these at her so when you get these 2 books, we actually provide as part of these rewards adventures, up to 8 adventures. One, if you get free right away if you sign up in the first 72 hours. Then we have these 7 others. And these adventures, they actually tie into every consortium and to the world, and they're all interactive in that. And but here's what's really cool. We took a whole different approach. What we did is we said, hey, we came up with this concept we call the playbook stat book process. So you get the adventure. So imagine this, you get an adventure, and so here's that adventure, but now you're going to get play stat books for Castles and Crusades, for Shadow Dark, for Tales of Valiant, for Nimble, for D&D, right? And then depending on how much we reach our stretch goals, you're going to see that we've got that playbook to use the adventures for DC 20, for later 5e, and and another list of Daggerheart and Draw Steel, for example. So as far as the business has been legally around for about 2.5 years, but we've been working on this longer than that because we had the old company. But yes, so and this, trust me, a lot of work's gone into it. But my point is, so with these adventures, what happens is, right out of the gate, you're going to have 2 books with these 8 adventures times 5 systems. So that's having 40 different adventures you can play.
Well, yeah. So focusing on the consortium's book, I want to talk to this, and I see some of the questions scrolling by, and I want to kind of speak to the concepts here. Yeah, who was it? Freezer. Here's the thing. No, it's not like a list of quirks. Matter of fact, this is a big source of pride, but also this is a big source of the reason and the passion behind writing this project. I remember years and years and years ago in the opening days of D&D 3rd edition, when it was Splatbook City, and everyone wanted to become a publisher, and people were putting out books for just anything. And I remember as a kid, it was like, okay, well, I want to try to DM with my group of friends, right? Teenagers or early 20s or what have you, and you get like this, make your cult and 5d10 rolls, and it's got like a few basic names and titles and just really quick brainstorming ideas. And it's like, okay, that's really neat for either a brainstorming session or coming up with something on the fly, but there's no depth, there's no richness, and it's imperative to bring more to that storytelling. There are a lot of things you can get away with in video games and MMOs that just defeat the spirit of TTRPGs. TTRPGs really offer, again, that narrative play, interactive storytelling, and you're not limited by an algorithm or software when you tell a story. You have the theater of the mind going for you. So what we wanted to do was bring that, but we did it by breaking down individual concepts within what's in a consortium. What is a consortium? And here we go, describing 7 different kind of high-level concepts for different varieties of consortiums, how they fit within a world, what they mean to the world's power structures. And please keep scrolling through. I'm talking through each of the points that we're bringing up here. We have our 7 different kinds of organizations, the consortiums. And to answer again on the systems, we have a number of systems that we're planning on supporting.
I
right
typed it all out in the chat.
I see that, and then more with stretch goals, and especially on community feedback.
Whoops, sorry.
So in looking at storytelling and narration, something that is, and I know I've seen in my groups, is that sometimes the best memories and the best playthings, sometimes it's a critical hit, right, at the right opportune time.
Yeah.
Other times it's the awesome interactions that happen with an NPC, kind of like a character in a TV show that was meant to be a one-off, but was played and done so well, they become a recurrent character. That's what should be happening with your organizations. That's what should be happening with your NPCs. And we go into explaining things like motivations, goals, leadership styles, leadership archetypes, competency, and how these organizations came together in the first place, their histories. And it's meant for more than just say, oh, well, you're just trying to write a big backstory so you can write your world. Well, we do want to support people doing that too, but there's also more to it than that. Knowing how you decided an organization came to be within your world also supports where they're going.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be having fulfillment within a few months because, as Agile is going to gleefully jump on to explaining,
yes,
we have already written the books. The layout's already done. We were coming up on that here in a little bit in the the Kickstarter story there.
Yeah,
you're actually going to see a flip book of the completed book, of one of the completed books, but they are ready to go. Agile, take it over.
these are beasts too. These aren't these.
So,
This is scrolling, please scroll.
Yeah, so let me add. So what that means is the consortium's books all the way down to where everything's done. It's been laid out, designed. We're waiting for we're still waiting on our TTRPG attorneys to finish up this specialized this basically very special license agreement we have, which I want to talk about, which is taking a little work because when we explain it, you're going to realize, wow, it really is a great licensing method. So that's being finished up. And then the other book is going into layout design. They've been written. Matter of fact, Mead, who's on the thing tonight, she's definitely been editing all of them. We're working working through some of the other stuff that we're going to be giving away too, which I haven't gotten to yet. But when so right there in that little screen you're seeing, that's actually going through and flipping through pages actually of the real book.
Yeah.
But this open license agreement, here's the point. We want to give back to the hobby because the hobby has given so much to us through our military careers, our life, kids, adults, PTSD, everything you can imagine. We want to give back, but we also want to give back to independent creators, and because we're a no AI writing, no AI artwork company, all made in the USA, all driven with the idea that we want people to be able to take. So imagine this: if you buy our books, if you buy the books, whether you buy digital or hardcover or softcover, and you get our material, not only do you get all that content, and we haven't even begun to show you what you actually get with all of it, all the maps and everything you get, but you can take those books and that content, and you can go out and create any books you want to off of it. Meaning you can go out and create your own city book, your own whatever book you want to do. You can create it. If we really like it and think it's good and think it would work well, we'll even help you get it published and printed because we run a project management collaboration site to help independent creators. So we'll help you do that, with that. But the thing is, you can do all that, make all your own money, everything. You don't have to pay a dime. All you have to do is give attribution to Fantasy Companion Workshops that you built off of that. So our goal is we want you to build off this and grow off of it and expand off it however you want so that you too can be an independent creator and build stuff and do stuff. And here's the thing, we also have an interesting thing in our license, which we kind of joke about, but there's a special line we worked in that says no large publicly traded company may use our books and our content to populate their LLMs or their AI to use any of our products. So basically, no, WotC, you can't use our stuff and take it because you don't get to use it. Independent creators get to use it for free.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
So we wanted to have a very permissive license to go with these products. Again, as Agile said, so that you can use it and employ the methods, even the artwork, all of which will not only be in the book, but when you receive your PDF delivery, you're also going to receive a separate file or folder that will contain all of the image files ready for you to use. When you get an adventure, you don't just get, we're taking a different approach to typical adventure writing. Adventure writing, you will have the adventures narrative book, and then you will have the accompanying system books. Is what we're calling them. Did I get lost there?
The playbook.
Yeah, you kind of keep coming in and out a little bit, Michael.
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, thank you. So yes, you'll have the narrative book, and then you'll have the playbook. The playbooks will be divided on each system, and they will, but they'll have their own map references and whatnot to help you keep through. We wanted to do this design to empower the GM who's going to be running it. We're going to be offering, depending on stretch goals, varying VTT support, but each of the image files will be separated, including tokens and anything else that might need to go into a VTT. And when we go into VTT support, all of those things will be just uploadable. You'll either be able to pull down the URL file or pull it over from Roll20, and you'll be able to just play it out of the box. And that's a big part of the goal. And if you wouldn't mind stopping on the Zendria world map there for a moment, I know Agile will speak to that again. but we tried to make the content as permissive and usable and highly usable as possible, which in addition to the books themselves, we wanted to make sure that the value proposition we're offering to everybody is really high, because the bar has been kind of, it's a somber thing, but it's been kind of low lately, and we need to see it rise again. There have been a lot of people who put out these fly-by-night products, and they can be really neat for just a quick, again, that brainstorm jaunt, but it's time to get deeper, and it's time to make a world that's living and breathing and feels like there's consequence. To that, we'll jump into the Zendria world map, where you're going to see this very low-res version, and we're going to ask you to pull up the other images.
Yeah, let me comment on the world map, and because it'll help me. By the way, so Meet Humble, who just put something in chat, I thought was rich, because as someone who's read all the material cover to cover, I can tell you there's so much amazing content in these 2 books alone, not to mention all the stretch goals, inspiration galore. I think that's really, really awesome of her to say, because she's been deep inside it with her job and what it is to edit and drive that material to production level. But this world, Zendria, I want to talk about it from the standpoint of the way you look at that map. This is the old style map. It's kind of like the thought of if the old sages and the wizards made maps of the world, and they were kind of these visualizations where some of the little towns and cities were built up or made to look a little bit bigger, but they had different points on the map to show theoretically where things were. But then, of course, you can drill down in and get into the cities themselves. And so with that said, we're going to have you load up one of the city maps. But as you get ready to do that, Angelo, everybody look to the center of the screen. There's a big kind of brown large thing there with the label under it. That's the city of Cathiel. It's this big, gigantic mountain range in the Scourge lands that have been, Scourge lands. We're going to call up, we've given Angelo a copy of the Cathiel map. And
let me bring that up. I'll bring that up right now.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk while he brings it up, because the maps you get from us, we provide 30 city maps, 5 versions of each map at 8K resolution. Yes, you heard it here, folks. 8K resolution on these digital maps. So what that means is you get a map, and then you get 5 variations depending on different times of year and the like. So you can pick the version you want to use. You can load it in your VTT, do whatever you want with it, blow it up. But these maps are so detailed with that 8K, you can blow it up to a level that you will not believe. Now, the streaming software sometimes inhibits seeing how much detail, but trust me, we'll be able to show you enough to tickle you and make you quite pleased. We're very, very proud of this.
Let me pause real quick here. I just want to give a shout out to Blair for doing a super chat. She says, "Gotta go, fellas! Super excited for you, Agile Monk." Thank you so much, Blair. Appreciate it. And as a new thing, when that comes up, I'm gonna play something. So there we go.
We're very, very stoked with what we're doing with this, and like I said, so imagine you're going to get, that's 30 times 5. You're looking at 150 digital maps that you're going to get. And you get to use them. And if you want to build whatever with it, you get that too. And by the way, most maps took an average of 2 to 2.5 weeks just to build each map.
Yeah.
So imagine 30 maps.
There's a lot of detail in there. They look really good.
Oh yeah.
That's the one you wanted me to bring up?
Well, you can start with this. We'll use it to just show, and then we'll have you load the Cathiel map. But we'll first do the Zendria map, just because you get a better this way.
Yeah,
so
it's uploading. It takes a second to kind of come on the screen. I don't know if you guys can see it yet.
I wish you could preload them more.
I know. So with that said, and like Michael said, is you get to do whatever you want with this material, and we encourage you to. So there you can see there that big brown mount. Cathiel is this huge set of
it looks great.
That basically the dwarves have all converged in, because when the Scourging came to the world and destroyed that middle section of that continent, the continent of Karsten, we're now going to take you to what is literally one of the largest massive underground dwarven cities that you've ever imagined or could imagine. And we're going to show you a map called Cathiel that shows it as if the mountaintops have been cut and sliced off so you can see deep down in it. So yeah, so when he brings up the cathedral map, you'll get to see that. And so bottom line is you'll be able to exceed any resolution that any VTT can offer or anything you want to do live yourself, because these are literally 8K level maps.
So Glenn asks, is it intent to have that amount of resolution for VTTs?
So many of the adventure maps will be around 2 to 4K. But these big amazing city maps, and so like you saw the cathedral on the world map, now you're seeing it in cutout. Feel free to zoom in and
scroll into it. Start scrolling into this, like really blow it up some and watch what happens. Keep going.
You'll have VTT supported maps that will be perfectly usable for there, or you can
Yeah, I can see that you could really get into this one.
Oh, keep going.
Yeah,
You've seen
going.
nothing
Oh
yet.
no, come on, keep going.
Yeah,
I mean,
let me load it up.
Stream sometimes can be a problem doing it, but when you blow up and you'll get right down to the tent, the box, the whatever there. Matter of fact, that Coliseum, when you get a real good view, has this big grate on top of it, because when earthquakes and stuff happen in that area, sometimes rocks would fall down into the Coliseum, and that grate there to stop them from falling in to the Coliseum that they have in there. Because this is entire underground. Yeah, see, keep going. Look at that, folks.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's very detailed. It's really cool.
Move around. I mean, the energy and time we put into this.
Yeah. Very good, dude.
Yep. And when you get to that Coliseum, and all it's under the mountain. And then we have another really cool city too that was trashed out by the scourging, and most of the population left the top land. But the Dark Elves came in there, and they went underground and built a massive underground tunneling system of that city. So when you see that city in the maps, you get the above ground map of the city in the state it's currently in, but then you get the below ground version of all the underground tunnels where the Dark Elves are living and operating.
Yeah, I like it. I like that right there.
Yep. So go to that Coliseum if you can go to the Coliseum. Coliseum's really cool. Yeah, there. Go down into the Coliseum and take a look. Yep.
Oh yeah, inside. Yeah.
So
yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
With the little mesh over. Yeah, that's really cool. Keep out the harpies.
And any falling debris.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. So the nice thing is, depending on what you're doing with this, whether it's VTT or certain like Zoom or different tools like that, you'll be able to present these things at fine scale. And so, like Michael said, you'll never get anything less than typically a 4K, but these are literally 8K. So, and like I said, 5 different versions of each map. So it's we are very proud of that fact. So
yeah. So Sebastian says, Lord, what a passion project. We can tell how you put your heart and soul into this, man. That's really cool.
Oh boy, yes. Yep.
Yeah, you guys. Sorry, I know there's a lot of questions. I know that Agile's been trying to answer a lot of them too. But so poor Orc Child. By the way, welcome back, poor Orc Child. And as far as your comment earlier, I totally agree with you. I won't repeat what the comment was, but poor Orc Child says, when does this launch?
Yep.
It's May 12th.
Tuesday.
May 12th.
And it's either going to be 10 a.m. Eastern time or 10 a.m. Mountain time. We haven't made that final yet, but yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So let me see. Let me zoom out here, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, feel free to bring up one of the other maps you've got.
Yeah,
there.
let me see what else we got here.
Yeah. And then while you do that, I'd like to, for the audience out there, I mean, how many of you, with a round of applause? No, just kidding. How many with just throw a number or something in the chat? How many of you folks create your own homebrew, create stuff, and like to build, or and know what it's like to create your own material? I mean, because there's so much that goes into creating these kind of products, to do it at this level with this much care and concern, and where it's not just, I'm doing something to make some quick money, but to actually build this and bring it to it. The whole point of this is we want to build something not only could you drop right into, or if you already have a world, you can take the consortiums and the adventures and drop them right into your world. Either way, because the goal here was the books teach, but they also provide you. Like when we get into the consortium book, not only does it teach you all the creation and provide stuff, it tells you how to discover, develop, and do all that. But we then have 14 amazing consortiums in the 7 categories these aren't one pagers, folks. Oh no, these are many, many pages with all the detail, the relationships, the purpose, the goals, the objectives, the secret information, the NPCs that run it, everything. And anybody who's building that stuff on their own, you know what it takes to do that.
It's a monumental effort, and we want to make it easier. Again, we're here to give back to the community. We've gotten a lot from the community. We're here to give back to the community. We're also here to lower the barrier to entry to get to the point where people can feel like, hey, I've got my completed world, or I'm ready to publish, or whatever it is that they're trying to do with it, present it to their group, their gaming group, what have you. And then also, we're very conscientious of the costs. Our Kickstarter is we feel priced quite reasonably, and we're offering it in PDF, soft cover with PDF, and hardcover with PDF. And in addition to these books, we're also going to be providing with Agile Monk's book, there will be the playbook that comes along with the Zendria World Guide that talks about Agile. Actually, Agile, you take it.
Yeah, so we're going to do something that most companies don't do. We're actually going to provide a free player's guide. So if you sign up at a certain level and you get the books, you will get the Zendria player's guide. But here's what we're doing with it, because we want it to be unique. We're giving you a player's guide. It's got a beautiful cover, by the way. I think we provided it, but it's a beautiful cover, very inspirational. But here's the deal. You will get the player's guide as a PDF, all fully done artwork, things like that of species and the like. But here's the cool part. If you buy it and you get it, anyone who purchased it, we're going to give you a master Word document of the entire player's guide free, so that you can go in and edit that player's guide, put whatever you want in it, take whatever you want out of it, do whatever you want till you make it your player's guide.
Yours.
And you can turn around and either PDF it up or just, print it as a document and hand it off to your players as your player guide. You're gonna have your own version to do whatever you want with.
We'd love to help. Yeah, and this is one of those tools. And on the consortium side, we'll be putting together a supplementary workbook which will help walk through using the consortium's book to write your own consortiums. It'll also help you through walking adaptations if you want to use a consortium in your world. It'll also walk you through how to generate plot hooks, identify hooks from the themes of your writing, from the details that you've included in your organization's history or culture, or just internal struggles and relationships and whatever its needs and goals are. These will all feed into how you can write your own detailed world, your own detailed interactions. And in addition, the link between the different products actually works a lot more than what Agile was saying a second ago. Not only will we have the consortiums, which again, drag and drop in your own world, use wholesale with Zendria, however you like, but then the adventures, 7 of the adventures will tie one each to some of the consortiums. Well, that will be a tie-in that will let you bring plot hooks to introduce each consortium. And you can say, I really want to bring this into the world and see if the players bite, interact with it. And you can then create those memorable sessions where now the players have a vested interest in either helping, aiding in abetting, or working against a given group. The adventures are designed not with just we're the good guys helping the good guys and it's all clear as mud and we're going to go fetch the holy widget and we're done. No, they're all designed with dilemmas. They're all designed with core choices that will affect the outcome. And even the resolution sections are longer than some whole adventures just because you might take the adventures in different ways. And we want to talk about how that changes the consortium, the world, how that changes the way the world views the players. And it's important to keep all that integrated, and we make it easy.
Yeah, the I don't know how you pronounce it. Velistrio.
Velistrio, yes.
Police Trio. Yeah, that's a great map too.
Oh, it's an
yeah.
amazing map. Absolutely.
It's the city on
That
a hill
castle.
with inner towns within it, like you think old Rome.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Exactly. Yeah, the walled city here. There's an inner, there's an outer, and then you have kind of little areas. Let me bring that back up here. Okay, let me see what we got here. Yeah, this looks really really cool. I like your gatehouse and
again, we absolutely love the detail in these maps. We also we bring a not the AK level of resolution and detail, but we also bring the same love and heart to our battle maps, as well as every single consortium.
Oh, Michael.
Every single consortium gets its own headquarters map, and that will be provided in the consortium book. And this is to help you introduce the place as this is a point of power or a focal location, something of interest to that consortium, so that when you're introducing it to the players, they have a place to visit. It'll feel alive, and you can advance that theater of the mind. You really elevate that with all the other things that we're bringing. And one of the stretch goals we've been looking into, or two of the stretch goals, are STL files for key NPCs within each consortium, as well as ambiance audio files to go with them.
Yeah. Freezer asked, how many playtests have you guys done?
On the
It varies. On the adventures, it varies. It varies on the adventures. Some have gotten a lot more than others. Some have actually gone to convention, but I think most of them at least 3.
Cool.
And some of them a lot more. For example, Goleg's Devour is a more introductory adventure, and that one's probably the smallest adventure, and that's the freebie in the first 72 hours. That one is meant to help people get in. Go ahead, Angelo. What do you got?
Oh, no, good. I was just going to respond to Port Work Child. I'm sorry. I thought you went quiet on me, so I thought you were done. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're good. That one got a lot more, but it's also meant to be just a single play session or maybe 2. So that was a little faster to run through with different groups.
Got it. So Port Work Child, let me talk about the maps. One of the things we're looking to offer with the Kickstarter as an add-on is to be able to get, and I actually have one in our room here, but like those Zendria map, to be able to get a printed copy of it that would come in a tube and you could get it. But depending on where our stretch goals go, if we get past certain ones, we're hoping, we've had enough people ask for it. We're thinking to do at least one of, printed versions of the city maps too, but obviously add on because they are expensive to do that. But it could be done because of the awesome resolution that we built these at. You could absolutely do that. And as far as some of the look and feel, to Glenn Finney's point here, Angelo, can you go ahead and call up the what's it called, Michael? The sample read ahead?
Yes, yeah. Could you bring up the file, the PDF consortiums sample read ahead?
And we can show you some of what the book looks like and the information in it.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a second. Yeah. So,
but by the way,
there's definitely a market for printed maps too. If you guys can pull that off, it's definitely.
Gosh, we hope so.
There's a price.
We've done a huge amount of
get there. Yeah.
It's a very, very cool. So this is the.
Oh, thank you.
Let me.
Are you able to make the pane any taller, like the viewport any taller?
What do you mean? Like I could, it'll run into the chat screen.
Oh, there we go. Okay. No, that's fine. So here we go. No, it's actually quite nice. So this book is weighing it in just shy of 200 pages, whereas the Zendria book, I think Agile, it's well over 250 right now. I think if you're going to
the world book's going to be around
pushing 300.
300, right? Yeah.
Right.
Consortium's book's at 200. Yes. Yep. We're trying to get all the art.
No, it won't cost you that much, Brass Monkey. Not even.
I'm getting ready to add the pricing and just give an idea.
Right. Yeah, we'll talk about pricing here in just a minute. You're thinking closer to half, maybe.
So, for example, you can get while you're talking about this, I'll type it in there. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Thank you. Again, PDF, soft cover with PDF and hardcover with PDF. But we wanted to show you demonstrate, hey, this book is written and done and it's ready to go. Beautiful layout work with our layout guys, and especially just absolutely loving the artwork that we managed to get into this book, working with some of the greats like Rick Hershey, also some up and coming like Elixir, whose video you saw at the beginning of this. And so we jump right in with the first chapter, which is just introducing the concept and why organizations and these centers of power, these consortiums, are so important and help make a world more memorable. Because the thing is you're gonna remember the really quirky, fun NPCs. You're going to remember the things that had consequence, where plot and conflict and everything else come together, and you have those drivers. You're going to remember that organization that was hunting you down across several days, moving from hex to hex on the map, far more than you just remember, oh yeah, that one blacksmith, and I think we got some leather armor from there. I don't know. Right. And that's what we really want to cover here. So right here, you're scrolling through the 14 consortiums that we will be presenting, and we give just a little bit of a quick snippet about each of them as we go through. And again, we're really excited to show off this artwork.
Yeah, it's really great. Yeah, it's funny you talk about factions and NPCs, and I'm a firm believer on light prep, but what you want to prep for is names, factions,
right? It needs
you
to
know
feel
what I
like
mean?
things actually exist in the world and are happening, and don't just start moving when the PCs land on the stage. It needs to feel like they were already living and moving, like an opening scene in a film or a TV show. The scene is already happening, and then our main characters begin to speak. They start their lines, or the action takes place. And go ahead and keep moving down. So you'll see we end there on page 9, and then we're going to jump into the kind of a middle point of the development chapter, which starts at around page 10 to 66. So that gives you an idea of just how much is directed towards just teaching you how to put these together.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, see, the thing is balancing is a matter of understanding the push and pull of forces. This isn't a numerical discussion. We do include a few mild numbers for visual context sake, but it's not about numbers. It's about what is present, what are the goals, what are the directives, how competent are the members in the leadership, and what are the forces pulling against them. If the PCs do become world level heroes and support or work against an organization, they could make it a big great army, or bring it.
Well, Michael, but this plays really well too. Once we get down and actually show them a couple of the factions, and you show them the dial-up maps that show where their strength is in military versus money versus this.
Oh yeah,
that goes very well to
this
question
go very well
about balancing what each one of these factions is stronger at. Are they more politically centered? Do they have a stronger military? Do they have, you'll like it because when you see these radial diagrams, they kind of help tell that story.
And Brass Monkey, that's a perfect one. Those are those moments, and when you can tie that into resource consequences, and remember, treasure and rewards aren't gold. That's actually kind of the probably the most boring and the most simplest of rewards. Things like access to an organization that can teach them esoteric knowledge, or be a broker of information, or meeting people and go on to get themselves more established in the political spectrum, or even just if it's a roving band of mercenary PCs, well, they can find their next job. And so to that end, we're going to jump into just one of the example guilds. We know that so many people have talked about, and I've mentioned this right away at the start. I really thought that some of these products that just give you this like one paragraph or maybe a quarter or half page it's just not enough. We're going to show you one organization. You're going to get to see all of it there. We're going to talk about the Astrologers Guild, and now we have these things. So speaking to that bit about power balancing and scaling, we talk about the different ways that organizations present themselves, where they're stronger or weaker in the world climate. And absolutely. Good.
Yeah, stop on those radials real quick so Michael can talk about it.
On the right
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, those, right there. Yep. Because
Got it.
those all have a point to them. Go ahead, Michael.
We don't, Glenn. That is for you to determine organically as you build these things up in the world. But we do actually talk about that. So we're not worried about representing power levels of, say, individual NPCs. You'll get a good sense of that when you read through, for example, when you see the NPCs that occupy the Astrologers Guild. But that's really up to you to narrate and change in the world, especially depending on how you introduce this. So let's take this Astrologers Guild. We're going to look at them. They are mystic protectors using divination in a variety of practices, and they bring it to bear to support their home base city of Sherazad. They operate around a primarily naval situation. Their little city-state has a decent-sized navy, but there are many other pirates and navy factions out there that are trying to get in their way, and this creates a push and pull. The Astrologers Guild is trying to keep everybody safe, either from ever going to war or making sure that the weather is always in their sails. Keep scrolling down. Those are 0.5s each. And
Sorry, it's
numbers
total
1
1
through 5.
but those are 0.5. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, a little bit easier. A little bit easier when you've got the whole page in front of you.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, we did go with a larger size font because we wanted to make these easier to read for the most part. And again, we have the 4 pillars that you saw on the Kickstarter page, and we begin with history. And what you do is you can, yes, exactly, Dreg. This is how you do this. You can take all these different points, things like history, significant events, the catalyst event. These define where your guild came from, why they are the way they are, but they also work as lore and knowledge skill checks. These are the results that they can find out that can help them get an in or meet people. And please continue to scroll through.
By the way, Angelo, you're doing great.
Yeah, thank you.
Next page.
And we separate now into the internal structure where we talk about the current leadership, which, depending on the age of the organization, can be a completely new person from the original founder. Now, if the organization is thousands of years old, that might be what we expect, unless they have a very long-lived entity, like some sort of supernatural being, a god, or maybe even an elf, guiding the organization. But your leader is probably your person who's actually represented in the world in question. And we talk about the leadership here. The Astrologers Guild actually has a different group of leaders depending upon whether you're a fortune teller, a clerical diviner, some sort of soothsayer, or whatever your practice is. And they even employ wayfinders and rangers to help them with the field work because, most of these folks, they like the urban life a little bit more. Keep on scrolling through. These goals are a great way to understand plot hooks. If an organization has a goal, that's how you express the power. That's how you understand how they rate against other groups. If they're reaching out for a goal and nobody can stop them, obviously that indicates more power. But towards the end, you're going to see we're going to talk about relations after we get through here. Those are going to always be butting heads with each other. Where does it become your world now? Where do your players get more involved in the interactive storytelling? By the tension buildup of those forces working against each other. Oh no! Well, thank you for the catch. I hope I'll look for that. Oh no! And where was I? Sorry, I was reading the comments as they were going through. So we have this nice, beautiful rank structure, and again, throughout the development portion, we help you understand how you could write these things, how different groups might organize themselves, whether they're loosely structured, don't even know who each other are, only have like a small inner circle, so on. But then obviously one of the important questions you have to ask is, why would someone be in an organization like this? And this speaks to the member culture and its member benefits and values. These can be things like uniforms, limitations on what you can and can't eat. These are also just how they get people recruited. And this can be a great way to bring characters into an organization. If you have a player who's like, I really want to join some sort of wizarding guild, or depending on the system, I need to get access so I can get more scrolls. Hey, this guild might be an option for you. They are a guild. They hire people. They recruit people. And yeah, please keep going.
Rituals, traditions, all that great stuff. Yep.
Absolutely.
Alliances.
And then we get to relationships, the fourth pillar. And again, I know someone talked about face earlier and several other mechanisms. And yes, there's a ton out there, and I understand that. And I think people should watch those and enjoy that kind of content. But I really like our approach because I think it helps you parse out the different aspects and write them out. You can start from a brainstorm, go to an outline, and then you can build out to these things. Again, you mentioned trying to reduce your prep. I already have the relationships described here between these different groups. You're taking this group into your world, this organization, this consortium into your world now. That's fine. Do it. Just swap out one of those relationships. Maybe they don't exist in your world. And bam, you already have a source of allies and conflict and a power center in your world. And just like that, you have the answers ready to go at your fingertips. So the level of detail that you can get actually helps your prep later, because the answers are going to start writing themselves as the players interact, because you're writing the next chapter of the history book.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, you could pop this stuff into any. I mean, those of you guys that are homebrewing, and
that's right.
You can
put it anywhere.
You can pull a lot of this stuff in easily. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I see the value totally. I really like this artwork too. This is really. I mean, I'm trying to pinpoint what. There was one.
I do touch culture building. We touch on culture building at the consortium level, and we do talk about how it would interact with its external culture. But there will be more to follow on big culture and the kingdom level. See, consortiums are subsets of populations. A faction, whether that's a noble house, a war chief's clan, or what have you, those are subsets of whatever that larger scale political body, kingdom, empire, confederacy, whatever you have there. And this helps you put in those individual puzzle pieces that build it up. Yeah, right. And that has a bit of confusion, right? In Skyrim. Here, we're helping you solve that. Either you have a good justification for it, or maybe that will help you realize that maybe they shouldn't be here. Maybe it should be a college of anti-magic, people that only learn enough about magic to stop it. And we present, one of the things that we also are excited to present in consortiums and the adventures and in Zendria is that it's about dilemmas. It's about that conflict that comes with those, because dilemmas, when your players in the party face a dilemma, they get an opportunity to make a choice that has an actual effect on the world and will have a lasting impact. And every single one of these adventures are presented that way. And you will be able to use this in order to see, how would that steer my world? What would be the ramifications? Is it just on a small scale and might only really impact things for a month and then it goes back to normal? Or did some serious leadership get changed here? Now we have a power vacuum.
Yeah.
And you see, that was just one of the 14 consortiums.
And here's something I want to add on. So just because I want to keep reinforcing this, what's great is in the world book, there's all this cross-pollination by what's in the consortium's book related to the consortiums plus what's in the world book, and it ties it together. And then within the world book in each of the cities and locations where these places might be representative, on top of that, we have an entire additional set of plot arcs, hooks, adventure potential options, suggestions, everything to basically feed off of it. So, I mean, literally, you can, and this is not an exaggeration. You can pick a consortium, you can pick one of the locations they're in, see the hooks and arcs in there, and they say, "What? I got a game right off that. I'm ready to go." Yeah. I mean, but the adventures also bring it together too. So, between that trifecta of the integrated adventures that are tied to the world and the consortiums, it builds this whole theme going on that you can just pick up and move with all on your own.
No, but not yet. But that's a good idea, Freezer.
Yeah, but Freezer, to your point though, one of the things we're doing is we already have other products in the future. We're going to be building out, regional book, kingdom books, things like that, as well as other supplements. And what's interesting is, we've got we've got a city book that we're going to do this about. Oh,
Freezer,
what?
this is not a system thing. This is not a mechanics thing. This is narration and writing and world building and storytelling. We're focused on what you can expose and how you can build that story. Again, that interactive play. It's not just roll a chart. We're not trying to
Yes,
replace
exactly.
gameplay with a handful of charts. Yes, there are charts in the development section of the book, but they're not roll on it. They are here. Consider these possibilities and how they would interact with the world, how they would have an impact on culture, or how culture would have an impact on them, and how do they relate. Put them together, and they will help you advance through that loose brainstorm to outline to, no, I have something that I would be proud to publish on its own like fandom or wiki site.
Right. And then the world book, we offer integration to that and additional information to help you establish things. And for example, like in the player's guide, if you decide you want to play a certain species, well, we literally have charts in there that say, hey, roll to see what continent you were born on. And then based on the continent you're on, there's X percentage chance you can roll to see what species would be there. So there's stuff for player character help, mechanics for that. But then in the cities book we're working on that will be coming later, inside the cities where we get into even deep stuff, we actually do provide additional unique mechanics that were put in those books that help talk about how certain organizations will work or what they'll do or things down at the dock. So we start to bring some of that flavor as well. So there is going to be an evolution because, like I said, this has been in the process and work for so long that we've already got the current work and done, and we've already got pieces of the next level, next gen work started. And to be candid, as the proud father of Michael, the data and the database and the information and the research and all the stuff that's been gathered has all been collected and put into our own technology that we're using, that we've used to establish this and break it out, so that anything you could imagine we're able to leverage to use to help us create from, because we've taken all this historical and fantasy stuff and brought it to life. Because as I'm well known for saying, especially to my players in the games I run, I believe in realistic fantasy, and we always kind of chuckle at that, but because
verisimilitude,
verisimilitude in the form of, things that are related or like to certain historical stuff, but yet in a fantasy world.
So I'm going to go back to a couple questions here. A couple people asked, or things that I pinned. So there was a question from Freezer way back. I'm going to stop sharing now and bring us all up. He says, how do you guys tackle bestiaries? Like balancing RPGs, because at times I see people either make a module that's brutal or too easy.
Right. So the approach that I've taken is we kind of oscillate depending on the level range of the adventure, how we approach what should you do if discussion. For example, Goling's Devour is very straightforward. It's meant for level 1 to 2 characters of whatever the game system is. Brand new greens.
Yeah, 4 to 5 players, levels 1 to 2.
Right. Not sure which end of the sword they're supposed to hold, like that Legend of Zorro film. Right. It's a spoon. Yeah. At that level, what we're really focused on is, hey, how do you guide your players to try different actions? And again, because the narration is just about the narrative, it doesn't worry about the system. It just says, hey, try to do the action, and then it helps the GM in the playbook, the stat book. You have all the mechanics and everything over there for whatever your system is, and then you have what if scenarios. Oh, hey, you're playing with a group of only 3 characters. Hey, here's some options. Here's some ways to rebalance this. You're playing with either more or higher level and you still wanted to do this adventure. Here's ways to beef up this creature, or where you should add more. Here's also where you can oscillate the difficulty factor or challenge level, if you're a Castles and Crusades person, as needed. As you go up to the higher level adventures, what we actually focus on is, hey, you've got that established player agency, but what we start to do is we start to focus more on the dilemmas and what you're trying to get out of every choice and dilemma that's presented. So it's not just, hey, can we burn up reusable resources like spells per day or hit points or something like that for systems like D&D, but instead, how can we make choice a resource? How can we make the relationships to the NPCs a resource? And how are you going to use that up? Are you going to work with them? Are you going to change your mind? And at each dilemma point, you will be presented with, hey, if the clues aren't obvious enough for the players to make a choice, here's how to add more. Here's how you don't want to drive a railroad. We've taken the railroad out. The pig iron's all gone. Let's go, and it's blaze a trail and let the players do it. But hand them a shovel first.
Hey, Michael, 1 second, if I could interrupt.
Oh yeah.
Something real quick, Angelo, too. Michael brought up Castle Crusades. We do work with Troy Lord Games, and we help do things for them.
Sure.
One of the things we're doing as part of this launch is Troy Lord Games. If you jump on the Kickstarter, one of the cool things you're getting that Michael just mentioned is we're giving away from Castles and Crusades a system agnostic book called Engineering Towns, which basically tells you how to build towns, the functions of towns, the life economy, towns in fantasy, and how to create towns. We're actually giving that actual soft cover. It's going to be a PDF, though, that book, an actual Cascade book, free as long as you jumped on board with the Kickstarter, because as we partner and create for Castle Crusades and Troller Games, they're giving back to us too, because they believe in what we're doing. So we're providing a lot of really cool extra freebies here to people who get involved.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, everything we're providing is going to teach you how to do stuff, help you do it, and then let you go hog wild with what you decide to do.
And then with that Engineering Towns, you will be able to put parts of your consortiums into these towns that you're building, and both narratively and mechanically, they'll make a lot of sense together, and it'll feel seamless.
Yeah.
Another
question.
That's a big. That was sorry, Angelo. We had to work hard on that, Glenn. That was easily most of the rewriting was okay. No, we have to explain this more. Okay, well, we need to rewrite this. We got to shorten it so you can stay focused and keep going. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, keep going.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so Freezer also said, so how do you teach people level scaling and difficulty spikes when it's too much versus too light for your table?
Something that should be engineered into adventures is, especially depending on the system. Some systems, I can clearly see right on the table there, you're an old AD&D player. Death was around the corner all the time. There are death saves. Characters just die. You can't charge the dragon in the face. Well, not more than once at any rate. And you
Retreat is an option.
Retreat is an option. You need to build retreat and alternative paths into it. And that's what we've done in the adventures, because we've given players ways of, okay, hey, if this is too much of a challenge, here's something you can do to make it a little bit easier. Here's a way you can call in a favor. Here's a way you can go get maybe a little extra arcane help. For example, one of the bigger adventures, a wall too far, is obviously a play on a bridge too far, but it's an adventure where you're supporting, or you're asked to support, a mercenary company, and in it you have to make decisions that help against a small scale siege and against a terrifying group of monsters that hasn't been seen in a very long time. How you get time. The adventure starts off not being about, well, let's go wade through a horde of goblins again. No, it starts off with research. It starts off with a series of mini quests that you can easily turn from. And this is, I have to say, since Mead was on earlier, I don't know if she's still there. She actually humbled upon me in my own adventure writing. She goes, Michael, are you sure this is like a quick arc? This feels like a mini campaign. And I had to stare at it. And I looked at Eli. I talked with Angelo. I go, I think she's right. And so we looked at it again, and we ran it through with some players and realized, actually, each of these things, and this is part of how we describe in the playbook, is we say, hey, you can have these as just skill checks, and you could get this done in a session and then move on to the combat portions. And this is probably a 3-session adventure. Or you can play these out. And each of these things is an opportunity to introduce those NPCs that you really want to know and love more aspects of the organizations and consortiums, more of your town that you've developed, and they're going to get benefits along the way, and they're going to remember, oh, so and so had this ritual that kept us safe from the cold, because it's an adventure based in a tundra where one of the big environmentals is cold damage and being frozen and not being able to see. Do you go and do her side favor to get her help? Or do you go explore this rumor that there's an old note that explains what the monster is, so you can get a little bit of intel? And I'm not going to give away the rest, but the way we handle that process of scaling those power levels and whatnot is we provide outs. We provide ways for the GM to oscillate the amount of time that's left available to the players. Something can happen. For example, if you're like, man, my players are blowing through this adventure too fast, you can say, no, they have less time now because this supply shipment that's going to help with the fight isn't going to make it. They've got to go now. They're not going to have enough horses to haul stuff. You got to go.
Yeah. One more question from Freezer. How long have these adventures roughly? Give or take a year-long game, or merely 10 sessions or over? I don't know if you answered that already.
I've answered it in various ways. Most of the adventures are going to be, or several of the adventures at the lower level are going to be 2, 3, maybe 4 sessions. And these are like 4-hour sessions where you're pretty focused. There are some adventures like A Wall Too Far that are going to extend much longer, and these could, and again, the GM has the ability to oscillate them easily, but they could be short arcs, as I would call them. We're talking 10 sessions, however long. I don't know what your play group is like. We play Castles of Crusades every other week and Rollmaster every other week.
And Shadow Dark.
And Shadow Dark, yes, and Shadow Dark, yes. Yep, we love Shadow Dark. And for those who would guess, it's totally opposite. Rollmaster, Shadow Dark. Oh my gosh, but it's amazing. We have a great time.
Yeah, you love Rollmaster, huh?
Oh yeah.
So I'm a big fan. Let me see. So
the new RMU is good. I may have my frustrations with how long it took Colin and team to get it to market, but it's good.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite systems is MERP.
Oh yes. MERP second edition. Gosh.
I love MERP. So there are a couple other things. I wanted to. Blair's talking about taking a trip. Good. Safe travels, Blair. And then Glenn asked a question a while back. I don't know if this was answered. I don't think I heard. What are you thinking about? He says, when do you guys think of having fulfillment?
Fulfillment.
I don't know if that was answered yet.
Agile is going to talk to how much prep work we've done for fulfillment and the road for that.
Yeah, let me cover that because I know we meant to do it.
Yeah, talk about fulfillment.
So here's what's going on. Because the material, the books will be done before the Kickstarter, meaning they'll actually have been finished with the licensing and all the other stuff and the layout design. Which we're already so close on. So then they'll be done. We'll have a lot of the different things we're giving away done. All the maps are done pretty much. We've got all this artwork stuff. We're doing a few things we're still picking up here as we finish up before the Kickstarter, but it's all there. So what'll happen is the Kickstarter launch. At the end of the Kickstarter, we'll start delivering digital products within that first 30 days. And then the biggest delay we're going to have is in 2 areas. The printed book. So what we've told people is we're estimating 6 months or less, based on what our printers have told us, from the time to get the books printed and then shipped off to people, because we don't want people to have to wait very long. We actually, we don't. This is not one of those Kickstarters that 2 years later you get it. We're already done. So it's really how quick the printers get it and then getting it shipped out.
We've ordered the paper.
So through the course of this, we'll be delivering little snippets of value along the way to keep people interested.
Wow.
Plus the stretch goals, as they get finished and tweaked, will be delivered too. So the nice thing is, you'll see product from almost day one at completion, and then within 6 months or less, you'll have been given everything.
Yeah, within the first, for sure, the first week, those who backed within the first 72 hours, and they'll probably have gotten it before then, will get Goling's Devour, our introductory adventure, and then after that, right, just like Agile said, PDFs. Now, as for stretch goals, yes, that will add to some of the time, depending on some of the things. So when I was speaking with one of the people that we approached about the STL files for the files that we were looking at making and the amount of time at that stretch goal rate, they were talking about maybe 6 weeks. So we think, maybe 2 months from funding, if not maybe a little bit more after we do some product review, because I have a printer here and I'm going to print it on both a resin and a direct extrusion FDM printer, and we'll figure out, make sure it's good, get reviewed, so that way it's by the time it goes to people.
Oh, and by the way, I think Michael covered, like, you'll get tokens for the NPC, you'll get, for the stuff in the adventures, stuff in the consortium's book, you'll get, like I said, STLs is one of the objectives, plus sound files to give you mood stuff. So it's a combination of things you can use for face-to-face or for playing across VTTs. And right now, I think, Michael, did you say we're doing Roll20 and Foundry are the two targeted VTTs?
Roll20 and Foundry are the two targeted VTTs that we're looking at right now. Now, obviously, if we get feedback from the community and we hear a preference for something else, we'll definitely explore that. But right now, that's where we've been looking, because that seems to be where the people are.
Shiny stuff for the dice goblin.
So we have been. Glenn, we have been talking about that. We're not sure, because again, we want to make sure that fulfillment happens soon. We're trying to come out of here swinging with not just a great license, but a great quality set of products, great options, and we want to make sure they get delivered in a timely fashion. As Agile said, we're not trying to get these to you 2 years later. That's nonsense.
And just to show you the commitment, one of the things we did is we're so committed to, domestic, make it in the USA, working with veteran companies. So everybody we're partnering with, veteran companies, and made you say, but this is how serious we had to get. Because some people, even when they print in the US, oftentimes they're getting paper in from China or things like that. We actually made sure we were going to get US made paper. So we actually pre-deposited a payment with our printer, last year in 25, where we paid ahead money to ensure we got US based paper, meaning the paper was made in the USA too. I mean, we're following our mantra of made in the USA, no AI,
none,
and supporting veterans to the T.
Yeah, that's all good stuff, man. Yeah.
Well, sir, you've got to have some questions of your own for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, one thing that I wanted to know is, so how many pages are the two books that you guys have up there? I'm looking through those pictures again.
So Consortiums is just shy of 200, and right now Zendria is just short of 300.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's oh man.
And
this is all good stuff. There's a kind of a lot of 200 and 300. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Only gets to play online.
Yeah, and even the player's guide is a chunk. I mean, you're getting free. I mean, seriously, imagine a complete player's guide, all decked out, and then of course you get the free Word document. But even that's a lot of words. So I mean, and that's free. I mean, you're just getting that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I could see this for a lot of new DMs that are trying to make their world, really,
right.
It's a great resource. I mean, that's a way.
That's exactly it. And that's exactly it. Some of the best times. So I was running this Rollmaster campaign with some players that were admittedly far more clever and smart than me. And just about every time I thought, okay, I've got this perfect scenario. It's going to be a challenge, and then they just wall up the combat, and I go, okay, we've got to work on that. That's part of that scaling and that play testing. But the best moments came when the players were looking at an event that was happening, like a political process or something, and they go, wait a second, we can mess with that. We can get in on that. And next thing you know, the players are going to an auction and buying up a building, turning it into an orphanage just to snub this one NPC. And now it turns into backlash against him in the public face, and it brings down his social status, which then lets them maneuver a different consortium that they were working for into position and power. And now they have more opportunities for adventures, treasure, and other rewards.
Yeah.
There's
I want to
there's
I want to welcome. There's somebody I haven't seen on before here. Penarick 379P.
Oh yeah, welcome.
Welcome. Yeah, welcome.
Welcome.
Good to see you. And poor Orc Child. Yeah, about MERP. Let's keep in touch on that because I'd love to play some MERP. That's a game that I wish more people played.
I love
I've
just
talked
rolling
about it
random background rolls on a character, just see what happens, and just play it.
Yeah.
Those background tables are wild.
Yeah, you know, one thing that always, when I was back in the 80s when MERP came out, and because we've used as you kind of play the game, play D&D, you kind of bring in stuff, and I at one point brought in all the crit tables because to a point I had to modify them.
66 done.
Yeah, man, it's so crazy. Yeah, the way that the crunchiness of that game, once you learn it though, you can get
It's
really
easy.
fast.
Because the thing is that there aren't really many exceptions in MERP. Everything is, you have a skill. There's a skill for everything, including your hit points, and you roll a D100. It's very and anything 101 and above.
You add that modifier, and you look at the table, and it's done.
Yeah, right. You're done, and it goes really smooth once you've gotten through that first, because it does feel very different from, say, a D20 system, and especially it has the gritty feel of, say, AD&D, and that characters can die a lot more easily, especially when you're looking at those crit or fumble rolls.
Those crit tables in MERP are, woo, man, they're crazy. Mr. Rourke, welcome. He said, but better late than never. Good to see you, Mr. Rourke. Let me see what we got here. We got Hardy Cross MP. Hello. Yeah, hey man, welcome. I was gonna kind of plug a little bit to you guys that are not subscribers to the channel. If you don't mind, hit that subscribe button. And every week here we do a couple live streams. I'm gonna live stream again this Saturday. I might just kind of do some babbling. And might bring somebody on. But I do a bunch of videos during the week. Tomorrow there's a video coming out tomorrow that will be tomorrow morning. It's a continuation of my How to Be a Better Dungeon Master series.
Oh, nice.
And this video is talks about exploration. It's titled "Exploration Doesn't Have to Be Boring."
Yes.
So getting back to that old school feel of exploration,
Yes.
I feel that a lot of DMs kind of don't do that. So I love to see that in my game. So wow, hey, God, I'm gonna totally butcher this username.
It's my name. It's me, Haishka.
Oh, that's you. Okay,
Yeah.
Super sticker.
Yeah, you can't long hair from back here, over the headphones.
Character doing a shaker sign with his hand saying cool. Oh man, thanks so much, dude. That's pretty cool. Appreciate it.
Thank you. No, I am really excited to watch your segment on that, because I have to say that was a really weak area for a long time for me. I ended up playing in another guy's game who said, hey, I think I do Overland a little different. And that was a really good comparison. We had a good time. We ended up swapping ideas and kind of merging our world concepts and build that up. No, it's the best. And that's how we build each other up in this community, right? It's not hoarding this little piece of knowledge or something in a WotC publishing room. No, we're here to, again, it's the therapy, it's the community, it's the interactive storytelling. It can be better, and we can do it, and we're here to prove it to you and show you the tools and give them to you.
Well, Michael, I'm so glad that you're here tonight, man. I'm so glad because I know your dad, and I've talked with him a lot, and man, it's really cool because you're passionate about what you do, and I love people that for me, D&D, role playing, the gaming community is not just this little this thing that I do every now and then. Dude, it is really ingrained in my life, and it's been since '81, where that first crack of the this isn't the actual one, but that first crack of the DMG that I used to fall asleep with.
Yeah,
and the smell of it, and I mean, Oh God, I love it. You know, it just brings me back to that point, that time, and I, you know, so that's why I'm even here, man, because I love talking to people like you and your dad, and I love to just feed off the passion, you know, the passion that we have, and you know, I get all these ideas for my game and for you know, just ways of doing stuff, and you know, that's how I learned how to DM, was watching other people and playing in other games and seeing stuff and you know, reading and I think that's what's so great about our community is we all feed off of each other and sure, there's bad apples here and here and there, but you know, generally I'm the type of person that I concentrate on the similarities of stuff and
absolutely. And no,
things.
and thank you. Thank you for having us. I wanted to say I really loved your video on letting the world react to players, and then obviously you subtly implied the corollary of the players reacting to the world. That one of the best parts was cause and effect isn't about punishment. Cause and effect is just about understanding that forces move. And as the world reacts to the players, that's supposed to not be a punishment. That's supposed to be a, hey, look, what you do in this world, it's going to stand out.
It matters.
It's not just I conquered another dungeon, I got another question mark and exclamation mark cut off of the journal. No, this will change the world. And you've got that Greyhawk map. People who have played Living Greyhawk campaigns know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've ever played in Glorantha with Paizo's organized play, you different methods of getting there. But man, learn the lesson, like you said, learn the lessons from it all. Share and share alike, and let's make this community better.
Yeah, that's kind of why I started this channel, was because I just wanted to get back to the community, just be here, just you know, and meet more people and just, you know, learn and spread the, you know, 40 some
and Angelo, you and I both know people who honestly would say, you know, this hobby and the friends that come with it have saved lives. You know, it's I know it saved me a couple times. So it's a very deep inner part of everything for me. So
well, yeah, you know, and you and I talked in pretty much depth about this, but I will double click on that. You know, if I had a mouse here I do have a mouse in my hand, double click on that point, but you know, this community saved my life. You know what I mean? And not just, I'm just saying that, literally. And you know, because of that, you know, I kind of thought, you know what, I have kind of a debt. You know what I mean? I have a debt.
We all do.
I have a debt to pay, and it's so funny that, and I know you have experienced this too, and I don't know if you have, but I'm sure you have. You end up talking to somebody that has maybe gone through some tough times or some things, and you connect on this level with gaming, and then you find out, you know, you hear, you swap stories. And there's this other thing that brought us together. You know, it's gaming that brought us together, but you share that experience and you get through it a little easier because of that sharing. You get through it because of just, you know, I don't really know how to pinpoint it, but
I feel like it's like you have a stabilizing point from which to meet. If a moment gets too much, you can come back to it. If something relates, you can make corollaries. And again, one of the best parts about fantasy, sci-fi, whatever your genre is, that beautiful escapism where we can talk through things through that escapist life and that escapist scenario, these sessions and the gaming, the BSing and the jabber that comes in between the sessions while somebody's grabbing their chips and what have you. It's a beautiful thing. No, I feel it. I feel you.
Yeah. It's such a great community. We're lucky, and you know,
Hey, your generation started this.
What's that?
Y'all too. Your generation started this, so shout out to y'all for bringing it here.
Yeah, I started playing in '81 when it wasn't cool, and you know, your dad's got some years on me for that. Like I said, you know, Agile, he's an old man. I'm only in my 20s.
I was very good at
the hipster line.
I was very good. I was very good at not being cool.
yeah. You were kind of the cool -1. Yeah, at that point. Yeah.
Oh,
I just love it. And hey, I just wanted to tell you, Agile. So you welcomed Inner City Games Design through 3128. That actually is Chris Clark. Just so you know, if you know who Chris Clark is.
Chris Clark.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the owner of Inner City Games, and he's the one that's going to be launching the big Kickstarter next
Castle
month.
Wolfmoon, yeah.
Castle Wolfmoon, yes,
Yeah.
yes. So
Yeah.
he's
Well,
not only is he a member of my weekly game that I run every Wednesday night, but he's a great friend. So
Yeah.
shout out to Chris. And 75 for me. Yep. He started in 75. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't count back that far.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy to think about it. I mean, that was 51 years ago.
Right.
I mean, where the hell did time go, man?
And the thing is I'm turning, I think 40. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, 40 this year.
40, yeah.
And I'm just looking at it and going, wow, I've been playing off and on, either in between times on deployment or over play-by posts on rpol.net, and what have you, whatever, or even in tabletop at a friend's house, whatever the place was. Man, what times. And the cool thing is again, watching those stories evolve. And then, like, for me, I've been building up a campaign over an extremely long period of time. And for me, I have a hard and fast rule in my campaign world. Time always goes forward, and any character that dies is dead. So if an NPC is killed by party A, party B will find out about it in their session when, hey, why did the guy who was putting on that big play for the capital city, why is he dead suddenly? And next thing you know, you got two parties investigating each other.
Yeah, that kind of double, that kind of goes with the, let the world react. You know what I mean? The actions of the PCs, will have doesn't mean it's got to be consequences being a bad word, but consequences within the world, and the world is going to always react. And I think a lot of DMs forget that your world is a living, breathing world that has people in it that have people that have agendas or jobs or lives, and and if you treat it that way, it makes it living and breathing, and your players will lean in because what we do matters. You know what I mean? It's not just from room to room to room to room. You know what I mean?
Yes, and that's why we want to take your player's background, take those character backgrounds, compare them with what you've got in your world, help minimize your prep, and link up. One of the most fun things. Classic Thieves Guild scenario, right? Player had a character background with some dark aspects about childhood, comes into the city, runs into some urchins that are obviously being coerced by the Thieves Guild to be distractions for money. Character adopts one of them and begins to train them and get them out of that. Well, that ends up changing things, because now you've got the consequences of the Thieves Guild going, where's our kids? And then you've got these kids who are actually doing something a little more productive and a little safer. And that is an example of that pull, that tension of conflict that you can move forward. That player remembers that session and those sessions clearer than any combat role.
Yeah. So when you run games, what kind of a DM are you? What is the first thing that comes to your mind to answer that question?
I'm a big prep DM. I actually enjoy the prep, because for me, I'm also writing stories. I'm writing my novelization, my world buildings on the things on the side. So when I come into a session, it's, I've got my 3 monitors here that I'm checking. This is where I'm playing. These are the notes, and there's an answer for everything. And so what I always want to see is, I want to go, what do you, the player, what do you want to get out of this character? What do you want to see this character grow up and build and do? even if it's like, hey, you actually want to do things outside of regular adventuring, you want to build stuff. Everything in my character is about building, or world is about building on consequences of collective action. The more people that do an action, the more the world shifts to something about that, such as gods coming to be. So players suddenly finding themselves at odds because they've been accidentally supporting something, and then a new deity to counter that comes up and begins to try to thwart the players, and they're going, what? I didn't know we were that big of a player yet. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You know, in a Rollmaster game, you're level 15, 16. That's probably close to like 6 or 7 or 8 in a D&D sense. You're a big deal now.
Yeah.
So
they're talking about. Oh, go ahead.
No. So I guess to answer the question, for me as a game master, you know, and Michael's he's played in one of the veterans groups. We had all veterans, but for me, GMing, with my evolution of it is I do like prep, but I also work with improvise because I use this model. It's part of the way I operate, because I believe in that free agency, is that I operate off this concept of a compass. Okay. So what I do is I prep and create so that if the players want to go east, north, south, east, or west, they can. And then anything within that southeast, southwest, whatever it makes work. But what I do is I've always got something in those 4 major directions. So whatever they decide to do, I've got something ready. So I prep enough to do that. But at the same time, I'm a firm believer that this is what and Michael's heard this many times. I tell players, look, I'm not trying to kill you. The world's trying to kill you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here. I love the players. I am a player GM. I want them to be successful, but I remind them, look, the world is definitely trying to kill you. So you need to understand that. And while I'm on your side, you know, I can't stop the world. So because the world is operating and living and breathing too the way I run it, meaning I do like time. I do like following time. I do like the variations of playing that. I've actually run West Marches way back in the day. We had over 50 players with multiple GMs.
Yeah.
And then I run in-person games where I've had as many as 12 players, and I'm running them too in that way. So, I mean, and that means you've got to be able to improvise and adapt, and which is something that I feel not only comfortable doing, but I enjoy doing, because you know who ends up having the best answers and ends up making the story better every time is the actual player, because through their own paranoia
100%.
and their own fear and their own stuff, they will invent things that they think are happening that you can riff right off of. You know, and
the best game ever. That's the best group ever.
Yeah, and then they're like, wow, and they think, oh my gosh, I envisioned that, and there it goes. And next thing you know, they're creating it all in their mind. You know, so
I like to summarize all that last part he just said is, don't be afraid to let the players have the solution. If the players have a fantastic solution that makes for great storytelling, that's the answer now. I have planned some things to I thought to death and beyond, and then the players come up with something way cooler, and I'm like, you know what? Hats off, bonus XP. There's your fate point, and that's the answer now.
Yeah. The comment I have on the screen, that's Chris saying sounds like Jim. So I don't kill characters. Who he's referring to, and I just know that because we've had this conversation. He's talking about Jim Ward. Jim Ward. He was notorious for killing players, but saying he didn't kill players. So, you know, for me, the prepping, you know, I did a video on it a while back, and I'm a light prepper, and you know, but one thing I kind of have a formula for it, and you know, and I'll prep, I'm very anti writing a plot, right? And you know, I'll prep the world, not the outcome, right? And I'll let the players handle the outcome. So
exactly.
if you start saying, "Oh, I want this outcome to happen," you're gonna drive yourself nuts.
Right? Don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. You know, and in consortiums and in that guide, we actually describe intentions. So we have goals. NPCs have goals. PCs have goals. Where they go together, stronger chance of success. Where they collide or conflict, you've got to figure out who's going to pull it off.
And we talk about a lot of this in the sandbox chapter in the world book too.
Mhm.
So
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, you know, another point that I mean, just to kind of go through this a little bit, another point is what I'll really prep in my world is factions and what their motivations are.
Yes.
And it's kind of along the lines of what you guys are saying here, you know.
We're just taking
and
it to these next levels so that there's continuity, and again, it feels like it's part of the world every time.
Yeah. And then, like, you know, names and personalities. It's
Mhm.
really important to have a name to everybody because that breathes them to life
Yes.
too. And
the verisimilitude word that I always have a fun time to say is
how do you say it?
That's the verisimilitude. Yeah, it's one of my favorite words.
Okay,
it's that quality being kind of like life, and it has enough resemblance that you can get that to that immersion.
Yeah,
and that's what you want.
And I'm really big on random tables.
Oh, really?
Very. Yeah.
Okay, so you take a different approach. Yeah, in the Shadow Dark game where I play, Joshua, our DM, he actually asked me if I could build him some software to help him host all of his tables so he can have random generation go, because he does things like pocket litter and brief backgrounds to like art pieces and things like that. He loves random tables. I don't have any random tables. I have charts on the calendar of, well, which bandits are patrolling on this day of the week, which groups are moving around these times of years, when does the wide trade happen, things like that. So yeah, I kind of take the opposite approach.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, and
yes,
and
verisimilitude.
Verisimilitude. Yeah. The other thing kind of that I've kind of talked to not younger, but just other DMs about is don't prep dialogue. If you know what the motivation of that PC is, of that NPC is, or that faction, you can yeah. But I see that a lot. Well, I got to write out exactly what he's going to say. No,
you
and
don't.
Here's the thing: for introductory adventures, I do like to give a few quick lines to help establish the vernacular and the personality of the NPC. But after that, leave it in the description. GM, take it away. You'll get used to doing this. Practice that ad-libbing. Heck, go to an improv show.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. You know, but it all comes down to if you know what that NPC is going to do, or you know what their motivation is.
Absolutely,
you can fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Yeah,
but there's nothing I love more than game mastering for people, because I love helping people, you know, find their place, enjoy themselves, and integrate with other people and make magic, because that's what happens. I mean, and it's a beautiful thing, because like I said, this is another thing I'm well known for saying: everybody needs a world to play in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And Michael will tell you, I've fairly, it depends on who you talk to. I'm fairly good at voices and other things, and
okay, yeah.
So
I don't really do that very well. That's something I need to add into the repertoire.
Yeah, I'm known to have quite a bit of that in my repertoire. So, which especially when you're teaching new players, it helps them, because by doing that for them and adding the voices and they start to realize, well, if that guy's willing to be so silly, I can be silly and lame too, you know.
But it's
thanks, Brass. Yeah, I love this shirt too. It's funny, we were talking about this when we first got on. I love this shirt. You know, how do you guys feel about this? So I've DM'd for a lot of I mean, I lived in LA, so there was a lot of people that are in the industry, like the acting, you know, film industry. And I had one guy, Larry, who played a bard, and every time it came to him where it was his kind of, you know, like moment or whatever, he would almost stand on the table and go right into this. Oh my God, I see this. Go right into this big blast of in a song or something like that. And it added something, you know, when you talk about voices, he would literally go into this. I don't know if the right word is prose or verses or a song or whatever. But man, that kind of stuff, I love. I love that.
Some people,
God,
I feel like those are the people that did stage or play in high school. Theater.
Yeah.
The theater kids, right? They can get into it, and yeah, I love that energy. It usually takes me a little bit of time to get to the session, which is why I like showing up early and just babbling, and then I slowly get into it. But yeah, some people just jump into it. Eli's family, several of them thespian types, when they run sessions, I mean they're in costume in sessions and they're pantomiming everything, and then they move a miniature on the table, and it's awesome. The energy is great.
I love that stuff. I really do. Agile, man, thanks so much. That was you that gifted 5 memberships at Level Hero. Thank you so much.
This has been such a phenomenal discussion tonight with such great people on it. I mean,
thank you for the interaction, people.
I'm gonna go through it. So, Poor Child, you received a membership at the hero level. Sci-Fi Fantasy Simulations received one. Garrett Morgan, Tyler Haley, Dr. Phobos, nice. So I just want to say that those of you guys that are on the member level of hero and above, next week and every month now, I'm going to be doing I don't know if it's called a lottery or a giveaway, but you guys are entered for that. And next Monday, I'm going to be doing a random roll. I'm going to get all your guys' names and randomly roll it. And I think this one is the Silver Princess. I don't remember, B3. Anyways, I'm going to send it out to you. It's a play copy, and whoever wins will
that
be.
Is cool,
will
that is really cool.
So,
well,
yeah.
May the dice fall in someone's favor.
What's that?
May the dice fall in someone's favor. That sounds really awesome, man. No, that's so cool.
It's going to be fully random, and you don't have to be there for the live stream next Monday. But I do want to. We'll figure out how to get get your address, and I'll send it out. I got stacks of modules that I just need to pass on to the next person. So absolutely. I think that'd be it's a great. I don't know.
That's really
we'll
cool.
See. Yeah,
absolutely.
But so.
Questions about consortiums or Zendria? What else you got for us? Like, what else would you want to know?
Yeah. So, did we hit all the photos that you guys?
Well, I mean, I think did you bring up? I think you brought up the one player guide image. I thought. Oh, we had another. There's another image of one of the adventures in there.
Let me bring that up. Yeah, there's a couple that I might have missed.
Because you're going to love all these covers. Trust me. Just so you know, folks. And by the way, I do want to say this. We took a stance of we're not playing that game where people went to Kickstarter to do I'll put $1,000. Oh, look, I funded in 1 minute. Our Kickstarter range is actually realistic. We put in what it's going to take to just do the printing. So our starting is $32,000 because that's what it takes to go print the books, because we've already created everything. We've paid for the art. And by the way, I can tell you that we've paid for more artwork and stuff here than we've remotely done. So because with the professional artists we've used, the investment of time and money, it's been like I said, a 2.5 year passion project to bring it together with this quality.
Oh yeah.
Well, and everything you guys are doing is all non-AI, right? This is all real artists.
No AI writing, no AI artwork, period. And the reason I can tell you this because we had a situation where we worked with an artist and ultimately we had to, not only do we have to let him go because he said he wasn't, but then he did and we found it. But then we had to go back and redo all the artwork. We paid him, and so he took off guys' money, but we had to go redo all our artwork that we were doing for this one thing all over again, pay for it again to make sure it was done right. So yes, we're very serious about that. The bottom line is we pay our creatives, and the one thing we're proud of here at FTW, whether it's an editor, a freelancer, whatever, the people we've worked with, we're proud that when you ask them what's it like to work with those guys, they go, it's great. They pay up front, they're straightforward, they tell us what they want, they look out for us, they take care of us. They're great to work with.
Yeah.
That's the reputation that we want to maintain because, I mean, I've had Agile Monk has had a long-standing relationship in the hobby for many, many years, and I'm not going to ruin my reputation by doing something stupid.
Yeah. Let me bring up this other. Whoops. What's is the cover the one that I think the Wild Magic one? Is that one?
Yeah,
of them?
yeah, sure.
That's one of them. Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful one. Actually, bring that up, please. And then I want to talk to one of the questions that I saw over here. Well, it was kind of Brass Monkey wrote it, kind of not as a question. Yeah, describe some of the higher level modules. Those always seem to be hardest for me. So once you get this one up, I don't want to give away too many spoilers about the adventure, but we do want to show it off. First off, I hope everyone loves the cover.
First off, great art too, by the way. Look at that.
I mean, just all of them we feel knocked out of the park. The style is clean. Rick Hershey has this wonderful philosophy of maintaining a style and a presence and a feel throughout. He listened to what we were building, helped us with our colors, managing this, and man, the work is phenomenal all the way through. And so this adventure, this is a much higher level adventure, 7 to 9, and we don't want to give too much away, but again, I talk about intentions, goals, dilemmas, conflict, not what's the end supposed to be. No. In here, we actually offer ways to change the nature of the dilemma by changing just how much how the players might view, or setting it up so that the players might view their benefactors, their patrons in this adventure as maybe not having the best answer to the problem. In fact, the players will get a chance to deal with an obviously aggressive enemy, something that is truly a threat, but then maybe gets a second look at it and goes, but why are we approaching it? Why are we taking it with such hostile force back? We can potentially solve this much more peacefully. Or we can also learn things out of it if we're willing to take a different route in the adventure and support one of the other factions, in this case, one of the other groups, instead of the one that maybe nudged us or is trying to con us into the job. And we describe in the narrative, we describe how you can adjust these things. We also talk about it in the playbook, how you can change the nature of the encounters. And even bring in the very consortium that brought them into the fight, and maybe they fight them. So you're going to have stat blocks galore. You're going to have art just throughout, and it's comprehensive. But again, we're not trying to say, hey, this is the plot, and it goes here, bam, you're done. No. Here is a starting problem and a heat mark on the map, and the players are in the middle of it. How do they react? Okay, well, here's everybody's intentions. Now, like you said, the world's going to react to you now. It's the player's story. It's your world. It's the player's story. Let's be interactive. So how does this work with higher level players? Is understanding, obviously, more resources, more power. D&D 7th to 9th level, you're looking at things like stronger divination capabilities. So you have to understand that the NPCs probably have similar capabilities and counters too. And you don't want to just shut down everything that the players do. What you want to do is you want it so that nothing feels like, oh, failure and I've stopped. Everything moves forward. Just sometimes you're going to take a turn to the left or to the right.
Yeah. No, I'm
going to see if I can do something here. Oh, I don't know if it'll work or not. I'm just going to try.
If you want to bring up any of the other artwork, I mean, feel free. Please share it.
I don't know if it's going to let me know if it'll let me share or not, but I was, so here's another piece of artwork.
Oh,
Take a close look at that.
One of those chapters.
Looks great.
Yep. So, I mean, you're getting, like I said, I truly believe that for those that have ever had a passion for this game, whether from a kid nostalgia to even today, it has been our goal that our artwork will give an inspiration much better than what we're seeing out of certain places in the new modern fangled stuff, but it gives such a depth of sword, sorcery, pulp, and
that looks really good.
Yeah, so it really brings it to life, and that's and that takes a lot of time, energy, and a lot of investment to get there. But we are very very proud of what we've done to try to do that. So,
yep.
Bring up. Do you want to bring up something else?
Yeah, here. Let me see. I'll bring up here. How about this? So this is another really cool city. Now, obviously, it can also be blown up really light, but just take a look at the unique thing. It's actually running. It goes out to main water, but think of concepts of like a Venice and the like, because because if you get into the real detail on this, you can see the buildings, all the boats that are in there, everything moving down through the canals. I mean, Shahrazad is one of a major city with lots of really cool stuff tied to it. Don't want to give that away, but yeah. But it's just, I mean,
including explanations of how it got so square.
Yeah, exactly. So many unique things that made it up. So just we're really pleased with it. I mean, like I said, I could just go on and on and on. I just because and the nice thing is, because this is a living and breathing world, Zendria is a world that's in constant conflict. So even the cover of the book, it's all about, you could run evil campaigns if you want, if people like that who want to run evil, or you can run good. You got both choices, because the truth is there is as many evil organizations out there fighting to destroy good as there are good organizations trying to destroy the evil. And so
and the campaign, the world setting, nor do the consortium's book make any assumptions about how you're going to play it. Play it your way. Enjoy your system. Enjoy your play.
Yep. So we are, like I said, everybody needs a world to play in, and we're hoping that not only will you want to play in our world, but you might want to go build something for this world and be part of it even in a bigger way. And by the way, for those who want to be created and want to get published, we're happy to help people do that. So yes, it's hip to be square, but I'll do one better than that, Glenn Finney. I'm going to go to Tower of Power with what is
what's it?
1968. Okay, yeah. What is hip?
That's just because you want to hear more trumpets.
Yeah, exactly. The power of the soulful brass section,
right? That huge brass section.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's going to be serious when there's 4 trombone players on the stage. You're going, oh man.
So yeah, so I mean, we're just first off, we're just humbled by all of you being here tonight.
Thank you
we're
so
humbled
much.
and
Yes,
thankful
seriously.
for you taking time out of your life to listen, just ramble even. But we are so grateful, and I mean, we're truly grateful. And like I said, when this is all said and done, we're going to be giving away more than we're
asking.
Realize, because because I've supported over 412 Kickstarters on Kickstarter, about 57, 80 on BackerKit. I've learned a lot in all the years that I've done supporting other creators, friends of mine and the like, because I know a lot of people in the hobby and industry. But this being our first one as FCW, we really wanted to come out and make it more about bringing something to the hobby and giving to the community, and showing them what we're capable of doing, and seeing who wants to join us. So we're excited.
Yeah.
So this is May 8th. Is that what I heard?
May 12th.
May 8th? May 12th, which is a Tuesday, I think, right?
Yep. Tuesday morning. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Tuesday morning in the US.
Are you guys going to do a launch party or anything that?
So we're planning on starting to provide more updates, more details, show off a little bit more as we get much closer to the time. And we're giving off constant updates, and we're about to do another fresh round of updates over the next couple of weeks here, especially with some of the things about these interviews and whatnot. But then right when we get to that, Agile, if you want to take it away.
Yeah, we're working. So what we're doing is we're working around our in real life jobs, things we do too. And what we want to do is we've got some content creators and YouTubers out there that are going to have us on, but also have us back. So during the month the Kickstarter is going on, we're going to be able to talk more about what we're doing, talk about feedback, share things that we're doing, and where we are and how well we're doing. That's good. But on top of that, Trollord Games, which like I said, we're a partner for, we're very happy. They just did their adventure spell book recently on BackerKit, and we've created the spell card decks for that for them. So
nice.
So that's one of the things we've been doing, and because of our relationship with them, because Shadow Dark and Castle Crusades, especially, because just AD&D is my first favorite TTRPG of all time. CNC is my second favorite, and then Daredevil's by Fantasy Games Unlimited, my third all-time favorite game. But with the love of CNC, they're going to be doing a lot of promotion and support for us too, to try to bring us out, because this is a setting that, honestly, for anybody who does D&D old school or Shadow Dark or Castle Crusades, this is really well suited to that because of the whole approach we took with it and the look and feel to boot. Matter of fact, just so you know, they liked some of the work we did so much that we actually hooked Troller Games up with some of our artists and people so that they could use them because they loved the quality of work we had produced.
That's awesome.
So we're proud of that.
Yeah. Oh, very cool, man. Very, very cool. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. This is gonna be. Do you guys go to any cons or anything like that? I
was getting fun up with this question. I have gone to Gen Con, and I do like Gen Con, and I would love to see some of our stuff when we've got items printed and whatnot at Gen Con. I know a lot of people also prefer Gary Con. I know different sizes, but the Gen Con, I really love the art. There's so many art booths.
Yeah.
Well, I do love cons too, and have done them because of my medical restrictions from this injury accident I had. I'm still restricted in certain travel and things like that. But when I'm given approval again, I'm sure hoping to, do that because I do love that. But right now, we've had to rely on, Michael and Eli and them to go to stuff and do that. But oh yeah. So let me see. Oh, here's a great one. Let me do this. I'm going to bring up another piece of artwork I want you to see. Another one of the. It's just because it's just too cool not to show. I got to do it. So share window. Let me share this window real quick. You see it come up here.
Okay. Yep, there you go.
Take a look at that, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really nice.
A step above an introductory adventure, an adventure that brings a lot, some of the more classic challenges of undeath into the mix, an opportunity for your lore checks and your arcane people and your divine classes to really shine, but also presents the challenges in such a way that it can hopefully give you an opportunity to teach the players about an encounter that might be too tough to face head on. You need to do some prep, or you need to come at it from an angle, and while still focusing on that limited resource pool that you would see in second and third level characters.
Yeah, that's a great piece of art.
Yeah, so we're pretty stoked. So I mean, yeah, there's just and like I said, the book cover for Zendria is a bad guy is literally a sword that divides, where the evil guy is going into the good side of the world trying to destroy it, while a young squire is holding the sword that divides the picture up, and he's looking from the good side of the world into the dark side of the world, hoping to go stop the evil in the world. It's Rick and I worked the cover together under a lot of inspiration and this vision I had, and then of course Rick made it come out better than anything I could have hoped for. So really, really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, but I guess the thing I'd ask from the people listening is, with what we've done and the approach we've taken, do you feel like, are we doing a service to the hobby? I guess that's what I want to know. I want to make sure we're doing a real service to the hobby and the community.
Yeah. Well, I think you are. That's just my honest opinion. This is gonna, it's gonna be a great project. It is a great project.
Thank you.
And I could see the value for old and new players or DMs to grab a lot of the concepts and throw them into their worlds or use them flat out. You know what I mean?
And again, I want to stress what we talked about at the beginning, because I know some people came in later with our license. We have that We have that part where we want to keep the big publicly traded companies and their LLM AI nonsense out. But for everybody else, you're getting this product. You're getting a toolkit. You're getting tools. You're getting art. You're getting things that are ready to go out of the box, and we're giving you the right to use them for what you want to do with them.
Yeah.
Don't resell it as an art pack. Don't repackage our product as yours, but build your own. Build your own world. Add on to us. Take some of the other cool concepts that are out there for world building and running your campaign. Incorporate them, and tell us what you thought about it and how you made it work for you. We want that to be as permissive as possible. Again, the value needs to go to the people who are in this hobby, our friends, our family, the community, not to certain large groups that don't care.
So I'm trying to show this other thing that it's one of the versions of the cover. Did it show up over there? Is it coming through?
There it is.
Here we go. Okay.
Yeah, that's a great cover too.
This is what I mean. See how you got the dark side on one side, good on Earth.
Yeah, it's really good.
The sword divides it. Yeah, that's one of the versions of the cover.
Yeah.
Where good and evil operate in continuous and evolving conflict.
I like that.
Conflict, opportunity, intent, goals. These are the things that drive story, decision, and agency, not a plot that's on rails. Listen, a plot that's on rails can be really good to just help people get into their character sheet, get into the system, but then it's time to start playing.
That's funny. I used that term in the video when talking about prepping, was plots on rails. That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. I love that. That is a really nice cover. I like that contrast too.
Yeah, I couldn't get the final one, but I got one I could show you because it's just such a. Michael knows this. This was a big deal to me, and we had to work it a number of times because I wanted to. How do we get an imagery to present, the separation of this good and evil in this world, and how to make it look like it's alive, and it just came out wonderful, and Rick's a friend and love death, and
you're going to see art of this quality, not just on covers, but the start of every chapter. You're going to see fantastic art from a variety of artists. And again, we also wanted to help up and coming artists get in and get their name out there. Credits in books, their art in the books and in the adventures. You're going to see that presented throughout, and it's yours to use.
Yep.
Yeah. That art looks to me very similar to a lot of the stuff that's on the MERP books.
I mean, look at where we're drawing inspiration. I mean, we were playing in these times too. For me, I was barely knee high to a grasshopper, but I read those books voraciously, and when I finally did get a chance to play, it was fantastic.
I still have, Angelo, pictures to this day of my 3-year-old son getting ready by his dad, okay, with on the carpet in the living room floor with medieval miniatures and dice, and trying to have a 3-year-old do a miniature battle, with me rolling dice, and and that's where Michael got his first start, and it just kept, whether he liked it or not, it just kept getting put on him and on him and on him, and then he became his own voracious lover of it and started doing all of his own stuff and writing and creating, and it's just and honestly, I'm extremely proud of him because
Thank you.
A lot of the work
you too
was years of work and research put together that he's built out and built up. And the nice thing, we're going to be able to leverage that again and again as we help people develop. And we're very excited about bringing people in and saying, hey, because for those who work with us, we literally run a professional enterprise PMO collaboration software site where we track everything, work everything, organize it all, and help people understand what it takes to actually create this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's really cool. Do you guys get to play games together very often?
We have, not as much recently during this project. We're looking to get back into it.
Yeah. But yeah,
play testing a little bit, but less straight up campaign playing.
Because he lives in Kentucky and I live in Utah right now.
Okay. I thought you guys were both. I thought you were in Utah too.
So what happens is that we were playing that veterans group. We were playing online, and we do a lot of stuff through online stuff. But when he used to live out here, we used to play stuff, including if you're not aware, we used to play World War II miniatures because I paint terrain and trees and all this. I paint these really sophisticated miniature table layouts, and we would do historical scenarios together.
Matter of fact, one time he helped me get an A on a history project by he set up a table for the Battle of Gettysburg. He has his styrofoam hills with the tablecloth thrown over it, all the felt everything, and then all the miniatures out there, and then explaining the historical significance of the battle, and just the teacher going, "What?" and being like, "Oh yeah, this is like a casual Saturday."
Yeah, so because I've been in the Historical Miniature Gaming Society. I've worked at conventions. I've been an officer in that, but I've won some plaques and awards for my miniature war games. But want to hear a funny one? Back in the day, back in the 80s, when Gary and them did the conventions, and they ran the AD&D stuff as competitions. That's why they had to have convention, modules. Well, I actually still have a plaque where I won first place best AD&D player from one of the conventions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I still have that plaque. So it's
that's pretty cool.
It's kind of a neat memory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get to paint? Do you still do a lot of painting?
It depends on what I'm into at the time, what I'm doing. But ever since we got focused on this, I can tell you almost everything we've done has been around it's all been into this.
Yeah.
I've been painting a lot more 3D printed projects for friends. So this is a mushroom shelf that I'm working on. We're working on getting the colors, but it's a shelf. You can just mount up. The back is plain. You can mount up, and then you can put things on the different tiers and levels. We have a Baba Yaga hut that we got and that I painted for a friend.
Oh, did you get that from Thunderstruck Workshop?
No, I want to say it's not Reaper. No, that was a more classic model. Like I can't remember, was it Reaper? One of those groups. But it was a really big model. Really awesome house on the chicken.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Really a lot of fun making that or painting up that one and frocking that. I just had a really good time with that. I paint a lot more 40K when I can, but also I like Frostgrave on tabletop. So I paint the occasional like thug mercenary model or whatever for that.
Huh. Yeah, I've gotten back into painting as of recent, and doing a lot of my Boudil terrain and figures. And I went through this last week, just been painting like crazy. Today, I was painting my 1982 Raupartha Cyclops.
Oh, nice! Raupartha.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys see
I mean, they're my favorite.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the just the hut part.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Having a lot of fun.
I've not seen this one. Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
I was sort of the legs right now. The legs are under there.
Yeah,
but,
I get it.
I put magnets in them so that you can freestand it on the legs or whatnot. I've got to fix the magnets on the feet so it sits on the base better.
I guess some might say we have an addiction. I don't think so.
remember, there's a line between addiction and passion. This is passion.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, you guys.
All right, we should probably.
Thank you so much.
God, we've been going at this for 2.5 hours.
Thank you so much, Angelo. No, this is awesome.
No, thank you. We'll definitely do this again. Yeah, a minute since I heard that one. Raupartha, been a minute since I heard of that one. Yeah. I have. I think I picked up that particular miniature I'm talking about right now is from when I was at Historicon last year. But yeah. Anyways, wow, guys. Very cool. definitely we'll stay in touch, and I wish you guys luck on this. This is going to be really cool. I'm sure I have the and I'll bring it up again, guys, right now, the QR code, and this will bring you to their Kickstarter page where you can go and sign up and get notified when it launches.
Thank you so much.
Check out the landing page and all that stuff. So yeah, scan this and it'll take you there. Otherwise, let me see if I can put it in. I'll put it in the chat again. I've done it a couple times, but I'll put it in the chat one more time. Here's this. There's that. This is the link to their newest Kickstarter. It's going to be coming up on May 12th. Let me write that, May 12th. There we go. Quick plug for the DM and friends, and then we'll come back to you guys here. Tomorrow morning I have a video coming out on exploration and the importance of that in old school gaming. So check that out. Give it a view, and let me know in the comments what you think about it. What's your I'd love to hear from you guys. I love it when I put a video out and everybody kind of gives their experience about the subject. So it's super cool.
You'll see comments from me.
Yeah, and then Monday is part 3 in a series I'm doing with a collaboration with Eric with Tenkar's Tavern, and this one is about we're doing a little mini series on pressure in old school. So we started out with light pressure, that's more like resources and light, and then wandering monster pressure. So that's time pressure in your dungeon crawl, and then the next one that's coming out is really the mechanics of turns, right? So that's what this Monday is going to be coming out. So. And a couple other videos here and there. I just got to put them out.
Awesome.
But, looking forward to that. And then I'll do another live stream this weekend after I do some rototilling in my garden. But what do you guys? I guess in parting.
And by the way,
what do you guys? Give me and by the way, thanks for becoming a member, dude. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you up there. Thank you so much.
And for those who are on Discord, you can find me as Agile Monk, just literally just like that in the chat. Agile Monk, one word. I've got a Twitter account, Agile Monk. I've got Instagram, Agile Monk. I'm out there. So
you're not hard to find.
Most people say I'm everywhere, but I don't know if that's true, but I try.
Definitely. And then you guys definitely look at that. Go on to the Kickstarter page and hit that notify button.
Please.
And, that's kind of cool too, because it gives you a little link of how many people are notified and or have expressed interest, I guess, is
right.
Really how they gauge it.
And we do hope to engage with people before and during and after, and we want to hear feedback and what kind of the expectations are relative to what their understanding is, and we want to help it and make it better and better. This has to be a home run, and the next one's going to be even more.
Yeah.
Like I said,
all right, you guys.
It's been an honor and a privilege. It's been really,
so awesome, and we'll definitely keep in touch, and we'll do this again. Sebastian Expander, you're saying make sure you drop the info for this Kickstarter with Tenkar. I think he already knows about it because you guys were on last week talking about it. But I will, because I do talk to Tenkar on a daily basis. To be honest with you, we kick ideas around, and he's a good dude. I've known Eric for a while, a good guy. The good reminder, Sebastian. I'll make sure he does have it, but I think he does. I think he's got it. This is a great community. It's I love it that we all know each other and we all hang out. And
heck yeah,
it's good stuff, man. Good stuff. But Blair Blur's back, and then there are 12 LOL. Your boys are burning the midnight oil. Yeah. I mean, not quite yet, but what a bunch of chatterboxes. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we definitely are.
Hey,
On
when
the
someone activates the trap card and says, "Hey, talk to me about your passion thing," I mean, what did you expect?
No, we get stuck. Well, you're in Kentucky, so what time is it over there? That's your Central time?
11:30 Eastern time. It's 11:30.
Oh, that's Eastern. Okay, that is Eastern. Yeah,
way
we're
way
Mountain
past my bedtime. My bedtime matches with the chickens, so I go to bed when they go to bed, and then I'm up just before they're up. Yeah.
For the chickens. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see what I'm missing. Some man, and you know what, you guys. Sorry if I missed a lot of comments, but definitely. Appreciate all the chatter we've had tonight. It's been really cool, just hanging out and talking. Yeah. So, anyways, you guys, we're gonna sign off. And I do also. Well, let me bring up one more last thing. So, those of you guys that know, I also plug this because this is going to be a really cool Kickstarter coming up. But Castle Wolf Moon, guys, scan this and go and check it out. This is going to be a lot of fun. Chris is working really hard on it. He's gathering all these people that are contributing and all these big names, and really going to be super cool stuff. You guys see him on here. I'm not sure why he didn't want to come on tonight. He's, I don't know, but no. But anyway, so yeah, checked out Castle Wolf Moon Kickstarter. I also want to oh gosh, there's a couple other here, but
hey, just so you know, Chris, I am following you on that your Wolfman backer kit. Just so you know, I am following it.
Same.
Good. That's super cool. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Definitely. Not that I have a lot of insight on it, which I'm gonna do, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's so cool, all the different projects that are out there, and I got a list of them too. And our friend Advanced, I'll be plugging your stuff on Saturday too. He sent me his tournament module, that the Lost Tomb of Kuzak Mat the Undying, which I've actually really enjoyed reading this, and I'm kind of bummed that I'm reading it, not playing it first. But we'll talk more about this. I don't know why it's in the. What's really cool too is he sent me this, and this is a piece of art in the back. I gotta figure it out. Yeah. All right, yeah. This is really cool. I hope he's on here to see this, but yeah, this module. Look at the artwork on the front here is really neat. This too.
Very action swords and swords.
But he sent me this, which is really
that plate's
really
great.
Awesome. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. What do you call this? What would this be called? You said plate. Is that the right term?
Placard. Yeah.
Placard plate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna talk about that coming soon. So many cool projects out there. So many cool things. So, but all right, you guys, and you guys, thank you so much for subscribing, liking, commenting, and following, and just being a part of the community. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Agile, Inner City, get with Agile, and we can talk about hooking that up.
Yep.
Sorry for that last interjection.
Please do. Yeah, please do. But you guys take care of each other. All right. Take care of each other, and game on, guys. All right.
Game on. Take care, everybody.